Have your bag. It's on. Much anticipated three-game set as the Yankees need to put away some W's here at Camden Yards. They'll try, and the Orioles would like nothing better than to spoil all of that. Take a look at our train. Game time temperature. Beautiful, comfortable, 74 degrees. Some overcast clouds, but very high and a very pleasant night. Wind blowing in a bit to start. Visit trainsearch.com to locate an independent train dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. Now let's take a look at the starting lineup for Joe Girardi's Yankees, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Jeter, Granderson, and Teixeira, Rodriguez, Cano, and Berkman. It'll be Austin Kearns with a start in the ball game. Gardner and Cervelli. Cano this year against the O's. My.
And let's take a PNC scouting report and the things that Kevin Millwood has to do to achieve a successful game of first. He has never beaten the Yankees anywhere but in the Bronx. He's 2-6 lifetime, 0-2 this year. Run start. They do not get him runs. Nobody in the American League gets less run support than Kevin Millwood. And he's leading in the wrong categories. The most losses, third in home runs given up, fourth in most hits, and the most earned runs. So, again, he's been pitching well as of late, but they don't score him a lot of runs. And if you don't get a lot of runs and you're giving up 3-point runs and they're getting you a little bit under that, you just don't win games. So a lot of hits, a lot of home runs, and to keep that string going, again, the last 20 starts for Orioles starters, 4 runs or less. See if that holds up.
Which is an amazing number. And this Yankee team, as we said, they have been struggling, especially on this road trip, none more so than perhaps Derek Jeter, who's had a tough month and a half, last 2 months for Jeter. But here at Camden Yards, he's found a way out. Yeah,
well, we took a look at April, 330 in April, and he's getting the bat triggered nice and, single to right field. He does that probably as well as anybody. Last 29 games. Again, he's trying to get the bat. You can see maybe the bat pointing at the pitcher just a little bit. And again, it's just only a microcosm of your year. I mean, he still has 99 runs scored. If he gets another run, he will have done it for the 13th year to tie Lou Gehrig. So, but again, right now, hits are hard to come by for Derek, and that's unusual.
The Yankees are 1-5 on their current road trip. They are hitting only .240 on the trip. Derek Jeter will take the pitch, and it is a strike from Millwood. The Yankees are, in fact, behind Tampa Bay now. They fell behind with a 4-3 loss in the series finale at Tampa Bay on Wednesday. 0-1 delivery to Jeter. Takes it outside. Derek coming off the much discussed, the ball didn't hit me, but I did a good acting job and got first base anyway. A lot of people laughing about it around the ballpark today, but a big deal was made of it in the New York press in a game in which he feigned being hit in the hands by a pitch that really didn't get him. And put on a pretty good acting show. The New York Times, in fact, had him in the spotlight in the sports page.
Yeah, gets the bat handle and right on the knob of the bat. And, of course, it's a tie ball game. You're playing a team you're tied with. Why wouldn't you do that?
That was funny. He said Gene Monahan did a better acting job than he did. Gene's the lifelong trainer of the Yankees who went out there to look at his hand and stayed there forever, even after Derek had said to him, he really didn't hit me. Keith Hernandez was asked if you'd been playing first base when he came down, what would you have said? Keith said, I would have said, you're Laurence Olivier. Good one. Pitch is taken outside and a 3-ball, 2-strike count on Jeter.
Well, the one thing when you face the Yankees, they do lead the American League in runs per game, 5.3, and they do lead in on-base percentage. They are going to make you work. And right here, this will be the 6th pitch to Jeter.
And Jeter will take that one in the air to center field. Wind is blowing in a bit, and that'll be hauled in by Jones.
Yeah, Yankee Stadium, and you're probably back on the warning track. And here again, when the ball just was not carrying, you can hit it down the lines here. It'll go out and left and right. But to the big part of the ballpark, you can't just hit one of those routine fly ball home runs. And this ball hit well. But the wind's just going to knock it down. It's not hot, real cool night. It's going to get a little bit hotter as the weekend progresses. An easy play for Jones.
Curtis Granderson, who's got a 3-game hit streak coming into the ball game, will stand in. Granderson, a couple of home runs, lifetime. .250 lifetime average against Kevin Millwood. Millwood, 12 career starts against the Yankees. He is 2-6 lifetime, 0-2 this year in 3 starts against the Yankees. Millwood owns a 5.5 ERA lifetime against New York. Here at home this season, 1-7. His ERA is 5.3. 2-8 on the road. ERA about the same. Granderson will foul that one back. And a 2-strike count on him.
Yeah, Curtis Granderson, he made a change with Kevin Long, got his hands very much like Nick Markakis. He moved his hands behind his left shoulder. Watch how high they are. I mean, we can circle them right in here, and whoops, we'll go back there, right there. And, again, he's been hot. He's been hitting lefties. He can steal bases.
Here's the 0-2 delivery to Granderson, and that is taken inside by the batter backing off a little bit, and a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
I thought it was interesting. Buck Showalter, the Orioles skipper, saying that Kevin's using more curveballs, more changeups. There's a hook, not even close, and
that just slipped out of his hand.
I always thought a curveball, especially when you don't throw a lot of them. I mean, I had a pretty good one, but I still didn't throw it that much. It's kind of a feel pitch. As the game progresses, you'll throw more of them.
Try it out early.
Yeah, if it doesn't work. Yeah, you don't need to establish it in the first inning.
Yeah. Granderson's got a 2-ball, 2-strike count on him. Outfield straight away, and he'll take the pitch inside. So the count will go full on Curtis Granderson. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Yankees 39 wins and 33 losses on the road this year. They are now tied for the best record in the American League, not only with Tampa Bay, but with the Minnesota Twins. All 3 of those teams now have 88 wins. 3-2 delivery. Granderson down to first, and that's a foul ball. Skipper Buck Showalter had a chance before the game talking about Kevin Millwood. And what's better of late when he's on the mound?
Kevin's always been a guy that he's held runners real well. He's Kevin's always known when it's best to live to fight another day too. I think he understands who gets in counts and situations. I think he's given himself a chance, but having more bullets out there, I think more assortment of pitches that he had command of.
And he gets the second out here. 2 fly ball outs as PA handles that one in left.
Yeah, Rick Kranitz, the Oriole pitching coach, and you can see Buck on the left. Rick who just turned 52 earlier in the week, who's done a terrific job, and of course he's elated that this team has really stepped up. And it's funny you can look at Kevin Millwood with his 3-15 record, and I think for the younger pitchers, he's still set the tone where you're not going to give up and you're going to go out there and battle, in spite of the fact they don't get runs for you.
Mike Teixeira has big numbers off Millwood. He is 8 for 19 with a home run. Teixeira 7 straight seasons now with 30 or more home runs and 100 or more RBIs. The 3rd longest streak. Only A-Rod, his teammate, and Albert Pujols have longer streaks among the active players. The off-speed delivery is a called high strike. And quickly the count goes to 0-2. Ted Barrett has the plate, home plate umpire tonight. Millwood looking for the 1-2-3 in an inning that has really been a bad one for him, and he gets it. He came in having given up 39 first-inning runs. He retires the Yankees in order. expected. Fireworks night after the ball game as well. Let's take a look at the Orioles starting lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Roberts, Markakis, Wigginton, Scott, PA, Jones, Wieters, Andino, and his tourists. Brian Roberts against the Yankees this year, 6 for 14.
And our PNC scouting report on A.J. Burnett and what he needs to do to achieve success tonight. Well, great start, 4-0 this year. Record now 10-13. What kind of finish? Because you know the Yanks are built for the postseason. Jekyll and Hyde against the Orioles. First two starts of 1 run, 15 in the third innings. 8 runs in the last 13. And if you get on base, you can steal the moon, the ballpark, because grand larceny. 34 stolen bases against A.J. Burnett. It could be a track meet if the right guys get on.
34 and a 39. So the Orioles will try and take advantage of that. Cervelli doing the catching, 16% throwing out base stealers. One of the reasons he's at 16% is that he catches A.J. Burnett.
Exactly.
Who does not hold runners. All right, here's Brian Roberts leading it off for the Orioles. He has hit A.J. Burnett hard. He goes after the first pitch. It's a shot to center. Granderson's got it. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Let's take a look at the Yankee defense. Well, you already saw the center fielder. That Rocket Gardner, great range in left. Granderson in center. Kearns with a good throwing arm, not afraid of walls in right field. Alex Rodriguez, Jeter with only 6 errors. Cano, of course, not only a great hitter, adept second baseman, Gold Glove at first, and Teixeira, and then Cervelli. Francisco behind the plate. As Posada suffered a concussion. Did hit the game-winning home run, though, the other night, bench hitting down in Tampa.
And Girardi said he will catch tomorrow night. Here's Nick Markakis showing bunt. How about that? Put that on your video. When's the last time Nick Markakis squared around, meaning it or not? 11-game hit streak, 370 during the streak. He's got a 311 career batting average against the Yankees that he brings to the ballpark in this game. He tried to move A-Rod in. A-Rod didn't buy it. And the pitch will be taken for a strike, and it'll go to 1-1. Not a bad idea, though. Nick Markakis, 293 off the Yankees this year. He's had a home run and 4 RBIs. In the series, the Yankees lead in 11 games to 4. And a chopper, Cano. You saw the veteran pitcher Burnett do what we've talked about before. Had just a slight moment where he thought, maybe I'll reach for this, and then went, oh no, and literally pulled his body back.
Well, you know, again, when he's 33, he's been around long enough to know, number one, where your guys are playing and how hard the ball is hit. You get Markakis to hit a roller like that, hey, and you know Cano, when he came up, Robinson was known for his bat, but he's become one of the better second basemen when it comes to fielding.
Number 1 in the American League in fielding at second base. Here is Ty Wigginton. Wigginton's got a 4-game hit streak coming into this one. Ty with the 20 home runs and 67 RBIs. Burnett looking for a 1-2-3 inning here against the Orioles. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Talking about the fielding, the last teammates who finished as the leaders in fielding at short and second were Omar Vizquel and Roberto Alomar with the Indians in 2001. Right now, Jeter and Cano are both number 1 fielding-wise in their positions. 1-1 delivery, and Wigginton fouls it straight back, and a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
Yeah, the Yankees as a team make the least amount of errors, at least to this point in the American League. That doesn't always tell you they have the most range, even though Cano and Jeter have done a nice job. Jeter, of course, year before last, criticized, maybe not as much range, really worked hard with Mitch Kelleher, their first base coach and infield instructor, to increase the range.
And Wigginton will foul it up into his hip area there, and a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Wigginton.
A lot of the Orioles hitters saying that's the one thing. Burnett really didn't have his great fastball against the Orioles in New York, 92, 93, already 95, 96. But if he gets both the curveball and the fastball going, boy, he will be tough to beat.
11-4 lifetime against the Orioles. Burnett 2-2 this year. Here's the 1-2 delivery to Wigginton, and down to third and foul. Burnett had a terrible August, which has become the norm for him. In August, he ended up 0-5. 5 losses in 1 month with an ERA of 7.8. Since then, in September, he's gone 1-1 and has an ERA of 4.76. But August has not been kind to him of late. 1-2 delivery. Wigginton takes it. It's down low. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Well, their pitching coach Dave Island actually took about a 25-day or 25-game hiatus, personal problems back in June. And A.J. went 0-5 with 11.35 ERA that month. Didn't pitch well. And, of course, Dave Island's always said that, A.J., you got to work on not only the mechanics but also the mindset. All kinds of articles in the New York papers about that.
2-2 delivery on the way. So Burnett will do as Millwood did and retire the side in order. We've completed one here at Camden Yards. No score.
Improvement of the Orioles pitching has coincided with the arrival of Buck Showalter, but don't look to the manager to explain how it's happened. Today he offered to us it's happened for whatever reason, and he's not going to get too analytical about it, but did offer that maybe individually these guys are doing better and feeding off one another. Buck's known for playing it close to the vest, maybe doesn't want to give away any secrets, or it's a classic best reason is no reason at all. Gary, Jim.
I think you're right, Mark. I think good fortune. Don't stare it in the face too long. Just keep right on walking.
Well, you get your players back, and you do. I mean, he makes a very good point. You do feed off each other.
Yep.
Because if you don't pitch well, and of course that hasn't really been the norm over the last, 41 games, the next guy's going to pick you up.
0-1 delivery to A-Rod. He'll put that one up in the air to deep left center field. It is back near the wall. P.A. Jones. Goodbye, home run. Alex Rodriguez, his 24th lifetime home run in this ballpark.
Well, you would think a guy with his power would like to hit anywhere, but especially here. 607 now on his career and 87 miles per hour in the middle of the plate. Watch this. Look at the target. Ball runs back in the middle. And then for Kevin Millwood, we talked again about home runs coming in. And he leads a little bit closer to the lead. 28 home runs now. Just a high fly ball that gets out of here.
So the all-time leaderboard, A-Rod moving up on Sammy Sosa now, just 2 away from Sosa as he continues to climb towards Bonds. And the Yankees take a 1-0 lead. It is both his 24th home run on the year and his 24th home run at Camden Yards. And A-Rod now has 108 RBIs on the season.
And he's hit him to every direction here at Camden Yards, which is why he's got 607.
That'll bring up Robinson Cano. Cano having an MVP-type season. 11 for 25 against Millwood. And here in this ballpark, a 370 average. And this year, 15 for 24 here at Camden Yards. And that would seem to set him up for a base hit, which is exactly what he does. 4-game hit streak for Cano.
We talked about leading the American League in runs scored, the Yankees, and one of the reasons is they have such great depth. And the way you pitch against a guy like Cano is not having to pitch to him. But if A-Rod's in front of him, and Berkman's behind him. And again, it's 1-0, and he's leading off an inning because the home run, really, that's a kind of a moot thing. It's gone. You can't walk him, and he's better than you. Look at that number against the Orioles the last 2 seasons.
And our Exmo brought to you by H.H. Gregg. We make buying TVs and appliances simple. H.H. Gregg, price and advice guaranteed. Here's Berkman, the designated hitter in the ballgame. Lance Berkman getting some playing time. Made his debut on July 31 after being acquired by the Yankees. He's had, with Houston, he hit .245, 13 homers, 49 RBIs in 85 games with the Astros. And the pitch is taken down low. Left-handers have hit Millwood .314, right-handers .288. High averages by both. And with the home run by A-Rod, he has now surrendered 16 homers to right-handers and 12 to left-handers. Berkman's had 1 dinger lifetime off Millwood. And the pitch is taken down low, and he falls behind on Berkman, 3-0.
Yeah, just trying to get the ground ball. And, of course, Berkman's looking for a ball he can drive, maybe hook it into right field. The thing about Cano, the only thing he doesn't do is steal bases. Only 4 attempts, successful twice. And he's certainly not going 3-0, but not a guy that does a lot of running.
3-0 count. See if he takes here. He did, and it is a strike. Berkman came into the season with a .299 lifetime major league batting average. I don't think a lot of people realize he has put up consistently solid numbers both in the average department and in the home run department. 3-1 pitch to him, and that's up high, and he's on with a walk. So the Yankees, with 3 up, 3 on, have 2 on here and a run in. On Sunday, the first 10,000 fans 15 and over at the Orioles-Yankees game at 1:35 will receive an Oriole tote bag presented by the Sarasota Convention and Visitors Bureau. Final 2010 matchup, Orioles-Yankees. For tickets, 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com. Here's Austin Kearns, who, like Berkman, is dying for some playing time and now is getting it. Kearns only 6 hits in his last 28 at-bats. Is getting the start in right field. Nick Swisher is out. Continues to have some problems with a knee that they've had multiple times MRI'd, and they found no structural damage, but it still hurts.
Yeah, the left knee, the one he pushes off of hitting left-handed. So Kearns, as you mentioned, not a lot of bets, but 3 for 8 with a home run. But this is the guy that Millwood's got to say, hey, I got to get this guy out. And that becomes even exacerbated more when you look at the score and a couple of guys on, nobody outs here in the second.
Kearns acquired by the Yankees from the Indians at the end of July for a player to be named later. In 84 games at Cleveland, he hit .272, 8 home runs and 42 RBIs with the Indians. 0-2, 2 on, nobody out. And Kearns down the right field side, foul.
Yeah, he's looking to just get one in play. As you look at the Yankees, again, 20 for 100 runners in scoring position. After on the season hitting .260, so that 60 points over that 11 games. And again, just not Texas, Tampa Bay, some pretty good teams they were playing.
0-2 delivery on the way to him off speed, and Kearns just able to time it. The Yankees are, if you go with some of the numbers by the odds makers, 97% chance of making the playoffs is the number that's put up now. But it's that 3% Girardi's worried about, and especially since they have games left against the Red Sox. I mean, the Red Sox are all but gone. But.
Oh, yeah, they're 6 behind the Yankees with, 16 to go.
Yeah.
But you remember the Phillies in 64?
And got him looking, Millwood, with a big strikeout.
You know, the Phillies, and, I used to talk to Robin Roberts about it and whatever. They had a 6-game lead with 12 to go. So good slider right here. The only thing could have been better if you might have been able to get a ground ball, but Kurt just fooled on it, and you get the strikeout. A big strikeout for Kevin Millwood.
Yankees play 3 against Boston and New York, and then go to Boston for 3 games. And they've also got Tampa Bay left. I mean, it is not an easy schedule left in the division play as you get with this unbalanced schedule in the final month. Here's Gardner, more pitches than anybody else seen in a per plate appearance. Takes it for a strike. You see, the Yankees have the 2 games left against Baltimore, 4 against Tampa Bay, 6 games against Boston. The Rays have the Angels. The Yankees will have 4 games set. Seattle out of it. Kansas City way out of it. And they've got 3 left against the Orioles. So to just go by teams they face, the Yankees have a much harder road.
And, of course, they'll tell you that's on paper, and that doesn't really matter if we play well. But they haven't been playing well.
That's the trouble.
Yeah. And I don't think, and we talked about it, we talked about it many times, the division series where you play 3 out of 5 to do it on the road.
Don't want that.
That's tough.
That one fouled back. That's why winning the most games in the American League matters. You get the home field advantage for the playoffs. And right now, Tampa Bay and the Yankees and Minnesota all have 88 wins. And the way Minnesota's playing right now, having won their last 5 and 9 out of 10, you've got to think maybe they got a shot at pulling it off.
Yeah, and they're 48 and 23 at home. I don't want to be playing there.
Gardner will take the pitch. It is inside. Cano's on at second with a single. Bertman at first with a walk. Kevin Millwood already piling up the pitches here, 35 of them.
Well, that's his style. I mean, he's at the point in his career at 35 where, early on it was lack of run support. Maybe the defense is not as stalwart as it is now, so you have to be perfect. But he nibbles.
Here's 2-2, and that's going to be up high and not close.
You nibble, and then you think you have to be perfect, and it's just difficult. And what makes it difficult, too, is the fact that this is, again, the best, probably the best offense if they're healthy in baseball. And the runs per game show you that, over 5.
Gardner's been drawing a lot of walks lately. He's had 16 in the last 15 games. He's got a 3-ball, 2-strike count here, 1 away. See if the runners will stay. They do, and that'll be fouled back into the screen as Gardner went up for 1.
Yeah, he had to get a quarter zone shot in that right wrist. Bothered him last year. So Swisher out with a knee. Gardner, of course, he's a guy that got their 50. What do I have here? 15-12 when he scores a run, and he helps your defense.
And he runs.
Yeah, he does, and he gives them, quite a way to play small ball if you have to do it.
Kevin Millwood looking for that ground ball. It'll be tough to double him up. And walked him instead, and they're loaded.
Well, Gary, wouldn't you say that this is how they get to the highest on-base percentage? They work the count. That started back with Jeter and, Cano. They saw, 13? The first 2 batters saw 13 pitches in the first inning. Even they both made outs.
It's what they have always done. A little surprising this year that for the Yankees on the season, they're average 6th, but their runs are 1. They've made them count. They do have the best on-base percentage, and they are also 3rd in slugging, 3rd in the league in homers, and the 2nd most walks. Only Tampa Bay has drawn more walks. So the bases are loaded. Is Cervelli. A 1-0 count, 1 down. Yankees have a run in on the A-Rod home run that started the inning. Cervelli with the bases loaded, 500. A-Rod's watching all this.
And over 300. He and Cano are the only 2 guys over 300 with runners in scoring position.
1-0 count, 1 down, and Millwood will step off. Big chance for the Yankees here to put up some early numbers in the 2nd inning. 1 across so far. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That is a strike taken. Cervelli this year, 6 hits in 10 at-bats with the bases loaded, but no grand slams. He has picked up 16 bases-loaded RBIs. The Yankees have really lived with bases-loaded situations this year for a lot of runs. Cano's got 19 RBIs to share at 20. Cervelli 16, Rodriguez 24, 12 each for Swisher and Gardner. Those are all with the bases loaded. That's as many RBIs with the bases loaded as I've ever seen a team have.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it has to do with a couple of exceptions, and Francisco at the plate is one of them. They're a veteran hitting team. They know just because the bases are loaded, the pressure is still on the pitcher. So, again, they take a lot of pitches. They know what they want to hit till they get to 2 strikes, and they make it very difficult for you to get them out before you get to 2 strikes on a pitcher's pitch.
And a 1-ball, 2-strike count here. Sacks full. Cano, Bertman, and Gardner. 1-2 delivery, and Cervelli will go down swinging. So Millwood, 2 strikeouts in the inning, has got a chance to get out of this.
Yeah, he gets behind him early. Let's take a look how he gets it back to where he can get the strikeout. There's ball one, trying to get the ground ball. Pretty good slider, evens it up. There's a strike, and then he just throws it by him. The key right there, of course, getting to 2 strikes, 1 ball, and he gets him to expand.
And of all the Yankees who have not had a good year with the bases loaded, it's Derek Jeter. He is 1 for 17 with the bases loaded this year. Jeter flied out his first time up. 2 down, 3 on. A-Rod's home run has given the Yankees the 1-0 lead, but Millwood have a big inning for himself right now if he can get Jeter out of there. And Jeter will take it outside for a ball. Jeter has scored 99 runs, so 1 more, and he's going to reach that triple plateau for the 13th time. Already well over the 150 hit mark for the 15th consecutive season.
And the difficult thing for Jeter, if you're a pitcher, is that he just sprays the ball everywhere. You know, he comes in with 2,904 hits over the course of his career, and he'll use every inch of the park.
Fouls that one back into the screen, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
But that's a very hittable pitch, and you know, high slider right to his bat head, speeds up the bat, and Kevin Millwood gets away with it.
Derek Jeter's playing in his 114th game here at Camden Yards, more than any other Yankee. He's got a lifetime .309 batting average here with 13 career home runs in this ballpark. 1-ball, 1-strike count on him. Big moment early. Yankees only have 2 hits in the ball game. The homer and single this inning, but 2 walks have loaded him up. And Jeter over the top of that pitch, and it's 1-2.
Now another fastball. You can see. I mean, it's pretty much down the middle, a little bit out of the zone, and it looks like he's on it, just not quite getting to it. Unfortunately, that was only strike 2 for Kevin Millwood.
Jeter only 7 hits in his last 35 at-bats, hitting .261. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Jeter down the line, right field, curving, and foul. Everybody back. Gardner was so fast from first base. He was already at third. He had to go in foul territory, go behind home plate to get back to first base. He was literally, 1 step behind Berkman at second base on the way home. 1-2 count, 2 away. Jeter waiting. 2-2.
Yeah, for Derek, 40 hits to left, 59 to center, 58 base hits to right field. And he will use every part of the ballpark. That's why he's so tough.
Kevin Millwood, 2-2 count on him. Sacks are full. That'll be foul back again. The veteran Kevin Millwood is making his 404th start in this game. It is the 412th game that he has appeared in his major league career. Kevin comes in with 158 wins and 136 losses lifetime. 2-6 lifetime against the Yankees. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Jeter. 3-2.
You can see from the velocity, just trying to hit that outside corner. Once you pull it across, but when you pull it across, instead of throwing it through the hitter to the catcher, a lot of times it just gets off the plate, and that's what happens.
Cano at third, a single, Berkman, and Gardner the walks. Jeter 3-2 down, runners first and second will go, and Jeter to third, and that's it. Millwood wins the battle. 1 run, 2 hits. The home run by Rodriguez, but 3 are left on. Leaders all time. Cal at 603, then Brooks, Eddie Murray, and Brian Roberts at 330. Limited this year in his ability to climb that ladder. And then Brady Anderson. Those double leaders all time. Call today for the Luna Double. Get your second room of flooring free. 877-241-LUNA.
Mike, how about my trivia question? All-time leading Yankee with doubles. And he's not here tonight.
Leading Yankee with doubles.
But he has something to do with the Oriole leader, Cal Ripken. Something in common.
Lou
Gehrig. 534 doubles. Babe only had because he had all those home runs.
He didn't want to mess around with doubles. He wanted to get back in the dugout.
Yeah, he was down in the 420 range.
Here's Luke Scott against A.J. Burnett. Luke comes in with a 3-game hit streak to DH. He's had good numbers off Burnett, 7 for 25 with a couple of home runs lifetime. Luke continues to be among the leaders in average and home runs and RBIs for DHs in the American League. 1-0 will be taken up high. Scott also maintains that batting average here at home, which has been among the top 3 over the last 2 months, as he's had a sensational season here at Camden Yards alone. 2-0 count. Burnett's delivery to him, and he will take it, and it's a strike.
Yeah, so plenty of heat tonight, and the Orioles hitters saying, boy, it'll be nice if he can't get the curveball over. So then maybe you can sit on that fastball, but tonight at 96, and he can get some movement on it when he's throwing strikes with it. Got a change up as his third pitch.
2-1 delivery to Scott. There's a breaking ball that'll come inside to him.
But you can pretty much, if you're Luke Scott, sit on a fastball here. And that's what they're hoping for.
Left-handers are 283. Right-handers 284. That's about as even as you can get off A.J. Burnett. And both have had 10 home runs. Both sides of the plate. 3-1 delivery. Scott will foul that one off. And a full count, 3-2.
And that's one of the problems as a hitter. Even though you get a fastball, that's ball 4. You know, you're a aggressive hitter. You hit 9 home runs in the month of August. You haven't hit one here. And Luke Scott, even though he did get the game-winning hit the other night off the tough lefty Brian Talbot of Toronto, trying to get in the home run column and expands the strike zone. There's a difference, though. That's why the Orioles on base percentage at 317, the Yankees at 350.
And that's a big spread.
Oh, it really is.
Big difference. 3-2 delivery on the way to him, and Scott is on. So Luke draws a leadoff walk here in the second inning. Tonight's Maryland Lottery Hit It Here fan of the game, Naomi Bennett from Baltimore. If an Orioles player hits the Hit It Here sign located in the bullpen area, Naomi Bennett's going to win $100,000. To find out more about how you can become the fan of the game, visit mdlottery.com/hitithere. Good luck, Naomi. The infield's going to move in on the left side. A-Rod's going to play in on the grass with PA up. Jeter now backs up. Nobody out. Scott on at first base. And fouled straight back by PA. Since Buck Martinez, but why am I going to do that? When will I stop making Buck Martinez the manager of the Orioles?
Well, they were both
since Buck Showalter has taken over. PA's hit .291, third best average of any of the Orioles during that time frame. Brian Roberts, Wieters, and PA, the top 3 averages under Buck. 0-1 count. Burnett's pitch to him will be launched into center field for a base hit. Scott will stop at second. 2 on, nobody out.
You know, you get all the numbers, and the league average on his curveball when hit is like 140. Well, it just went up because when you throw a hard curveball, and again, they were hoping that he wouldn't get it over, but when he does and it's hanging, it's hittable. Otherwise, it isn't. And that one right down the middle, and Felix just promptly singles into center field.
So the Orioles trailing here 1-0. Have runners on at first and second base. Their first hit of the ball game off Burnett. And now Adam Jones with the RBI chance. Adam, the most RBIs against the Yankees this season for the Orioles. He's got 8, even though he's hitting only .216 off Yankee pitching. 2 on, nobody out. And Burnett throttling back a bit. 0-1. Adams gone 8 for 33 lifetime with a home run. A.J. Burnett. 5th start that Burnett has made against the Orioles this year, so they certainly have seen a lot of him on the season.
Yeah, 2 good and 2 bad.
Yep. 0-1 count. Scott and PA the base runners. And that's going to be on the inside corner.
You know, it's funny, he swung at the first one and wasn't even the same zip code, and then this one hangs a little bit, but he's not ready for it. So, you know, I'm not looking at his number. I would have figured this would be a guy that you would think a young hitter like Adam would have trouble against, and he does. Has the 1 home run, but 8 for 33 lifetime.
2 strike count. Jones taps that one down to first. Almost caught the share, but he gets it off. Ball dropped, but they get the out. Second base umpire Paul Newart ruling that it was in the process of taking the ball out of the glove that he dropped it.
We'll take a look again. You know, Adam Jones trying to get the Orioles back in the run column right there. Good curveball. A little bit of a hanger, and then right here, fastball. He chases into Cherry. He's thinking double play. This is how you win a Gold Glove, and they might have, except that I tell you what, I'm not really sure he caught that ball.
That's a close call.
Yeah, I don't think that he has control of that ball one bit. Now watch. The ball is never in the glove.
That
never, ever
that's a bad
in the
call.
glove. Yes. And the umpire right there looking at it. I mean, not that it's an easy call, but if you tell me that was control of the ball.
No way. Good actor.
Yeah.
2 for 2.
He's having a good week.
Selling tickets like crazy. Here's Matt Wieters. 1 down. Runners at first and third now, and Matt will swing through that one. Wieters having himself a finish again. Matt in September is hitting .395 with 1 home run this month, upping his average to .260 on the year. And Cervelli going out for the infield signs defensively.
Well, again,
because Jones might go.
Yeah, well, if he was an adept runner, you might send him, but I think it's still a running situation. He's only been 5 out of 12, so it's a horrible percentage, but you want to stay out of the double play.
1 away, and Burnett will throw over. I was talking to Tony Pena today, the Yankee coach and former great catcher, about why are we seeing the numbers on catchers so low that the way the average is like 23%? It used to be well over 30, and Tony said it's all about pitchers. He said pitchers do not hold runners anymore. They don't worry about it. And he said there are so many young pitchers who have to learn how to hold runners at the major league level that it's just very tough. He said if you put the time together between the time a pitcher delivers and the time it gets to the plate and how long it takes a runner to get down to second base, he said there ought to be 2 or 3 seconds there that a catcher has to work with. He says, I time them. And he says right now, in all the games we're in, it comes down to about a half a second. He said it requires a perfect throw if you're going to catch anybody stealing because the pitchers just aren't holding them on. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that is taken inside. Wieters gets ahead on the count here, 2-1.
Yeah, for years it was 1.3 or below was good to home plate, and then a catcher anything under 2.1. So if you're an average runner and you time the pitcher and you time the catcher's throw and it's over 3.4, an average runner could steal.
Yes.
Now that's why Adam Jones got to steal more bases because he's better than an average runner. Now he doesn't get jumps, he doesn't feel comfortable. But they're looking for a double play. Wieters again is red hot. And, you know, maybe Burnett is looking for also a strikeout. But look at the numbers right there. 34 out of 39. But again, if you're Buck Showalter, you've got to know that you got to trust your players. You got to know that they can do that. And I would imagine that will be on something they work on. And Adam will feel better about himself.
Yeah.
I mean, he told me, he said, boy, I got to be more aggressive. Well, you got to be more aggressive, but you really have to work on your base running to be a good base runner. It just doesn't happen for a lot of players. It doesn't matter how fast you are.
Home plate umpire heading out here. Ted Barrett breaking up the discussion as he gets Cervelli to come back in. That number you saw with the 34 stolen bases, it is the highest total allowed by a Yankee pitcher since Roger Clemens in 2001 when he gave up 34 in the whole season. 2 ball, 2 strikeout, first and third. And Wieters goes down on a nasty pitch inside. Second strikeout for A.J. Burnett. 2 down in the inning.
Well, a huge one. And again, a curveball, and you get an idea of how good it is. And it's not even close to being a strike, but that's what the 2-strike curveball should be about. You don't have to throw it for a strike because you have two on the board.
So now with 2 away and runners at first and third, and Andino up. Let's see if that changes the decision on Jones at first as to whether or not he will go or not here. Try and put the ball in play, maybe get a run out of it. Andino is swinging a miss. He had a couple of hits, 3 RBIs Tuesday against Toronto. A season high for Andino, getting the start at third base in the ball game tonight.
And don't think that the advanced scouts, and there's usually 2 of them for the Yankees, didn't tell him it was a first pitch high fastball. And it wasn't off a guy like Burnett. It was off Josh Renicky, a young rookie just into the big leagues, jumped all over it.
0-1 delivery on the way to him, and that swung out and missed, and the count will go to 2 strikes in a hurry.
Well, again, we talked about guys you pencil in a lineup you need to get out. For A.J. Burnett, this is one of them. And again, you don't see this down at AAA Norfolk.
Andino's got a couple of hits and 5 at-bats lifetime off Burnett. He's down here 0-2. Scott off third base, Jones off first, 2 down. And Andino thought about it.
Wow. Well, you hope that maybe you can pick up the breaking ball, except he is throwing 96. But watch this curveball. Just off the outside corner, nicely framed by Francisco Cervelli. If Jeter was catching tonight, that probably would have been strike 3, because he would have done a better job of acting.
Angling it, right?
Yes.
1-2 the count. Jones back at first base.
Well, the one thing that, AJ's done a nice job. I mean, maybe not as significant now with 2 outs, but with Adam Jones early on, when Wieters was up, he held the ball. He tried to vary his cadence. It's one of the things you can do if you're right-handed.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Andino goes down swinging. Play will be made. Savannah gets it over there. 3 strikeouts, 2 in the inning. The Orioles lead 2 on. Yankees lead 1-0. By Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer, WJZ's Mark Viviano, and Amber Theo Harris is always with us. Curtis Granderson is going to lead it off here. Granderson flying out to left field. His first time up. A-Rod got the home run in the second inning, his 24th. And the Yankees have the 1-0 lead. Kevin Millwood worked himself out of a jam as the Yankees left the bases loaded in that second inning after the A-Rod homer. Granderson at 246. 102 hits on the season. And he takes the pitch away for a ball. Each pitcher's got 3 strikeouts already as the K year of 210 continues to grow. National League strikeouts are way up from 2 years ago, 698 to 735 this year. Granderson puts a towering fly ball to center. He's got it, and there's one away. Let's check in with Mark Viviano. Mark.
Well, Gary, Robert Andino is playing first base in a Major League game for the first time since 2008 when he was with the Florida Marlins. I asked him about moving over from shortstop. He said, I just got to react, and that's exactly what he did when Derek Jeter hit a liner at him to end the last inning. I asked Andino if he feels like this is a tryout for him. He says, if so, he's up for it. He doesn't want to play in AAA.
There's an atom ball to Marquez. Teixeira's retired. Mark, I'm sure. I mean, the idea is to make it here, wherever, whatever position it may be. He caught that hard line drive off the bat of Jeter that ended the second inning.
Yeah, he will find what Josh Bell has found at the Major League level. The ball gets down there a lot quicker, especially if you're a normal second baseman, shortstop. Shortstop, he played most at AAA, and now you're playing third.
Here is A-Rod, breaking ball, tied him up. A-Rod, second inning, leading it off.
87 in the middle of the plate. And it goes a long way, no doubt about it. It was so towering, and it's just a matter of how far it was going to go before it came down. And
108 RBIs, 14th time to have 100 or more RBIs in his career, the one, the only. 1-1 delivery on the way. That'll be tapped towards short, played by Torres. And a good inning. Millwood retires the side in order. Nice comeback after he faced 7 in the second inning. Yankees lead at 1-0. For the 2010 Cardboard to Leather Collection presented by Legg Mason at Oriole Park. Before tomorrow's game against the Yankees, volunteers are going to be at each gate for the gently used baseball and softball equipment collection. Monetary donations also accepted, and all those who give will get an autographed Luke Scott player card. You can go to OriolesReach.com. Now that's tomorrow. So if you've got some baseball, softball equipment that you're willing to donate, goes to great causes for the kids who need the equipment, especially in the inner city. You can leave it off here, and it will be delivered to the appropriate players. Here's Torres leading it off against Burnett, bottom of the third. 5-game hit streak for Torres coming into the ball game, and during that streak hitting .333. A couple of RBIs, and certainly his play at shortstop has been nothing but fantastic. He is second only to Jeter in fielding percentage at short. 0-2.
Yeah, 2 heaters. He doesn't even come close to it. And when he starts hitting, he just elevates himself up into the 14 teams in the American League. He's up there in the top 5 because his glove's that special. It's just that it's too many hills and valleys.
Yeah. 0-2 delivery on the way, and that's going to be inside. Ouch. That hit him on the foot.
Oh, there's that snapdragon curveball. That's the one that struck out both Matt Wieters and Andino, was with runners in first and third last inning. I mean, it starts for the plate, you finish it. But again, when he gets, AJ Burnett's a big guy. Watch this ball just get your back foot, or maybe the front foot. Looks like it got the back one, but it gets his front right foot. Breaks so sharply.
That is going to be the 15th hit batter. He's also got 15 wild pitches.
Well, he came in with 20 home runs, as you mentioned, 10 from each side, but 72 walks and 183 hits in 168 in the third innings. That's a lot of base runners. And they're stealing bases.
Yeah. There's a lot going on with Burnett's pitching.
And that's how you get up to over 5 runs a game with this kind of stuff.
Throw down, and that's what we were talking about. There's the stolen base, the 40th against Burnett on the year.
You know, and part of, I know he tried to hit him to slow him down, but you got to keep the right guys off the base in a sense. And the right guys for the Orioles are Torres and Brian Roberts, and Patterson's not playing tonight. You would think the average base runners could steal against Burnett because he's big and takes a while to get the ball to the plate.
11 out of 16. And Brian Roberts at the plate. Roberts flied out to center field his first time up. Interesting numbers regarding leadoff batters in an inning getting on that I really found interesting today. Since 1952, 37.8% of leadoff batters who reached first base scored. 37 by singles, 37 by walks. It does not go up. The fact you walk a leadoff batter is no different than the batter getting a single as far as whether or not a run will score that inning.
Well, you're right, except that I guess, and I read that article today too, and I'm thinking, yeah, but if you make them put into play, the chances of getting an out are greater than if you walk them, because you can't get them out if you walk them.
Granted.
So
exactly.
Once you get to first, doesn't matter how you got there. But getting there certainly is 100% if you walk a guy.
Yep. Hit by a pitch is actually the highest, but only by another point, 38%,
really?
If you get on hit by a pitch.
Yeah, but the theory in the article goes on to talk about is that if you have a good defensive club, putting the ball in play, and it was the Minnesota Twins who every year they lead in the least amount of walks because that's one of their theories.
Yep.
You can put it in play. You got 7 guys helping you. Yep. And it's pretty frustrating when you're standing out there and guys are, as they did in the second inning off Millwood, walk.
Roberts 3-1. That'll be grounded towards the hole. Cano will go over in the outfield grass. That'll move his Torres up with only 1 away. A potential tying run for the Orioles at third base.
Yeah, and I still think that they maybe can consider giving yourself up like that, because that was obviously D-Rob's trying to hit a ball to the right side, which he does, and make Nick Markakis a better hitter. Should be considered a sacrifice. Especially if they're guys. Well, I won't even base it on whether the guy scores. You just did your job.
Yeah.
You gave yourself up for the team.
No, that's legitimate. And leave it as a discretionary call with the official scorer, because in most cases it's pretty obvious whether that's what you're doing or not. And so the infield's going to move in.
And that's why, because of what Brian Roberts just did. That and the stolen base and being hit by a pitch.
So Nick Markakis gets the advantage of having the infield drawn in. Markakis grounded out his first time up. Is Torres the lead runner? Markakis, a .283 hitter lifetime off A.J. Burnett. And the most hits by active players, Nick, there in that group. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and that'll be taken down low. 1 ball, 1 strike count, 1 down.
You got to be pretty comfortable. I mean, there's Brian Roberts, who again played the game exactly the way you're supposed to play it. Now it's up to his teammate to get him in. And
Nick has moved his average up to .320 with runners in scoring position, which has put him in the top 10 in the American League. He is 10th coming into this game. 1-1 delivery. That's in the air to center. That's going to get a run in. Tagging up is Torres. Granderson no play, and that's going to tie it up at 1. RBI, Markakis.
Yeah, you can give it. Torres obviously gets hit by a pitch. He steals. Brian Roberts gets him over. 95 on your fist. And Nick Markakis does exactly what you're supposed to do. Get a ball in the air. And I'll just tell you how good he's hit. Well, look at the target. Look at the ball. And a great swing to elevate the ball. That's all you need to do. Tying it up.
53 RBIs for Marquez. And the Orioles get the ball game tied at 1. Now there are 2 down. Here's Ty Wigginton. And Wigginton back for a strike. So the Orioles get to Burnett here in the 2nd inning in the age-old tradition of manufacturing a run.
Yeah, big help by plunking Misturis. And then the Orioles do what they're supposed to do. Take advantage of his weaknesses, which is holding runners.
Wigginton with a cut. Burnett coming off a 4-inning performance against Texas, in which he gave up a couple of runs on 4 hits, non-decisioned in the ball game. His last win against Oakland a couple of starts ago. The Orioles beat him the last time out in New York. They got 4 runs, 7 hits off him in 7 innings. The pre-post numbers dramatically different, from second best to second worst in ERA. Wigginton check swing, foul ball.
Well, I saw a guy in their locker room who's going to pitch on Sunday, and that's one of the reasons. When Andy Pettitte went down, which coincides with the numbers we just saw, other guys had to take his place, and he was 11-2. He's going to pitch. What is he, 27-5 against the Orioles? Bill Hughes to his right, our left. They've been missing his starts because the innings were getting up, trying to get him ready for the postseason.
0-2. Wigginton got that one right on the money. That was the click of the bat, and Wigginton's got a base hit and a 5-game hit streak.
There you go.
Sunday.
Yep, Sunday, and somewhere around 85, 90 pitches. Orioles would like to make it less than that. I was talking to him. He said, boy, I said, everybody's just saying it, 27-5, you throw your glove out there. I said, I know, though, that's not really what happens. He said, you can bet your ranch on that.
Well, I mean, they need him for the postseason. But
he is going to prepare just like it's the playoffs here, because for him, and again, I mean, you're going to see Sabathia tomorrow. He'll start whatever playoff. Then you'll see either Pettitte or maybe Hughes and then Burnett.
Yep. Vasquez has not performed well for them. Concerned about that. Burnett up and down, obviously a big roller coaster. But they've got to have him. Burnett's just got to go in the postseason.
Yeah, they hope he kind of mans up like he did. I mean, they were down 1-0 in the World Series last year against the Phillies, and he pitched game 2 and really pitched well.
Second year, 5-year deal with the Yankees for A.J. Burnett. Luke Scott, he drew a walk his first time up. 2 down, runner at first base, Ty Wigginton. Orioles have tied it up here in the 3rd inning. Wigginton will chop that one foul. Take a look at our Lowe's home field advantage. Luke Scott this season, 343 here, 213 on the road, 18-8 in homers, 44-22 in RBIs, and slugging almost double. It doesn't get much better than that, home cooking wise. Scott's products keep your lawn lush and green. Visit Lowe's for a chance to win a VIP World Series experience. Compliments of Scott. 1-1 delivery to him, and laid that in for a strike off speed pitch there, 1-2.
And Luke does his George Foster. He walks over and looks at the outside corner. George used to do that, just to see. That curveball did appear to get the outside corner, but he thought it might have been a little off the plate.
Wigginton down at first base. One ball, 2 strikes, and had him leaning. Just as he was going to take a little more of that secondary lead.
Yeah, well, don't you think, again, you have a guy right now with 35 steals. Of course, Wiggy doesn't do a lot of base stealing, almost picked him off. But Buck Showalter wouldn't mind having Luke Scott lead off the next inning in case he does get thrown out. At least force Cervelli to make a good throw.
1 ball, 2 strike delivery to him. Check swing. They'll ask at third. The answer is no. And the count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Scott trying to work Burnett here. Burnett up to 51 pitches thrown. We are in the 3rd inning. A 2 ball, 2 strike count. As Torres let it off, hit by a pitch, stole the base, moved up, ground ball Roberts, sack fly Marquez. Burnett's 2-2. Scott to second. Robinson Cano side saddles and gets the out. A run in on a hit with a base runner left on, and after 3, it's 1-1. For the game today about the Orioles measuring themselves against the Yankees.
They're all good teams in our division. We got to figure out how to be better than them, but I'd like to see them measure themselves against, be a little more self-evaluating. If it takes, I think everybody has a pretty good grip on the reality of what level we're going to have to attain to compete here. And if that is a byproduct of playing good teams, then I'm okay with that too. But certainly helps. It's kind of like if I say something, they kind of go, well, no kidding. They got it. And if young players don't have it, then they haven't been watching. They're not very perceptive of what the level of competition, the expectations are to compete here.
Like Showalter before the game as this 3-game series kicks off. 1 pitch in and out. Robinson Cano retired on the ground ball. He had singled his first time up. You see through August 2nd, Yankees, Tampa Bay tied. Since August 3rd, if you just use the record since then, the O's would have a 3.5-game lead. Unfortunately, the season is 6 to 7 months long.
It started back in April.
I don't buy those kind of numbers. Drive me crazy.
Well, yeah, they do. But
it's like saying I hit 360, but for the month of June I went 0 for 40. I mean, the month of June counts.
Well, it does. But the alternative is to continue to play bad.
Exactly. Lance Berkman will go to center field. Jones is there. He's got it. Berkman is retired, and there are 2 down. Time for our AT&T Mobility Trivia question. And the question is, what player has the most career World Series home runs?
Bernie Williams.
Bernie Williams. Wow. Well, I got to take the baby.
He played in a lot of World Series, didn't he?
That's the idea.
And they couldn't pitch around him because Garrick was behind him.
I have no idea. It's a guess. And the answer is Mickey.
Oh, that guy.
Another Yankee.
No, I got to face him 11 times.
Oof.
He hit the only hit he got off me. I had a 2-0 lead in an afternoon game. And I struck him out the first 2 times. He came up choking up. I looked at went 2-0, 2 balls, no strikes. I looked on deck and saw Roger Maris. I go, I don't think I want to walk Mickey Mantle to get to Maris with a 2-0 lead. And he hit the spotters box in the 3rd deck. It was like the natural, the home run that Robert Redford hit. Explosions and lights and.
Mickey hit the ball about as far as any human being alive. I mean, Dave Kingman hit the shots that I've still talked about, but consistently the number of shots like that. I mean, almost putting it out of the old Tiger Stadium and a couple of other yards that never had a ball hit out of them.
Well, I saw him. They still talk about the home run he hit over in Washington. They went up on some Shoreham Hotel or something, 502 feet. But I saw him when he had the knee problems, and he didn't hit righties as well as he hit left-handers. He could still hit left-handed pitchers a long way.
That's going to be a base hit into left field by Austin Kearns. He's got a 4-game hit streak, comes with 2 down, 4th inning.
Yeah, struck him out the last time on a good slider, so if you're going to give up a hit, that was the right time to do it. But still, the key at bat was the line drive that Jeter hit right at Andino. Andino playing his first game at third for the Orioles, able to kind of grab it. Didn't exactly catch it cleanly.
No.
Got a little bit of web in there. But again, that's a huge job. Yeah.
Left the bases loaded in the inning. Here's Gardner, who has walked and was stranded in the second. Brett Gardner hitting in the number 8 spot. Cervelli waiting on deck. 2 down. Saw a note today. When Buck Showalter took over the Orioles, they had lost 73 games. In Major League history, the most wins by a manager who took over a team that had 73 or more losses was Terry Francona, first year with the Red Sox. He went 34-21. And Buck's got a chance to beat that mark with the 16 games left, including this one, in the season. As Francona went 34-21 with the Red Sox, and Showalter's got time to have more wins than that. 0-2 count, runner on at first base. 2 down. Gardner 4 for 14 with a home run lifetime off Kevin Millwood. Millwood will miss up high to him, and a 1-ball 2-strike count.
Yeah, they play him really shallow in left, Jones in center, PA, really shallow. And so, again, I don't know if you want to mess around inside here, especially at Camden Yards. 1-1 ball game. Make him put the ball in play, but try to get they're going to come in. You can see Wieters, he's sliding in.
That'll be looped into foul territory.
Yeah, you wonder again with a quarter zone shot, that lead hand when you're a left-handed hitter, the most important part, that front shoulder. And so again, the quarter zone in the wrist to try to get rid of the inflammation.
Orioles outfield, PA and Jones both very shallow, and Markakis back where he'd normally be. Joe Girardi very concerned about, you got Swisher with the knee, you got Jorge Posada, you got Gardner, who got physical problems. You want them to play. You don't want them to get out of game shape with the postseason looming. But at the same time, you certainly don't want to have them injured more and lose postseason time. It's tough balancing act right now.
Yeah, Swisher hit the foul, hit the ball off his knee. So, but the wrist, boy, you get a wrist injury, it is tough to hit.
1-2 delivery on the way, and he whacks it to right field. Markakis there, and he's got it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Beautiful night at Camden Yards. Good ball game. Swisher walk-off. Now the Yankees back here. Final 3 games against the Orioles. A-Rod a home run, but Millwood would get out of a bases-loaded situation. A couple of strikeouts and a Jeter line drive to end it. And the Orioles would respond. Sac fly picked up by Markakis to tie the game at 1. So we go to the bottom of the 4th inning with the big house on hand here at Camden Yards tonight. A.J. Burnett with a walk and 3 strikeouts. Millwood a couple of walks and 3 Ks.
Yeah, season high 8. You would think with this kind of stuff maybe you'd have more. Struck out 14, I think, back against the Tigers 2005. But 8 will work if you need them. You got the big ones tonight. And then the Orioles had first and third, didn't score in the second.
PA picked up a single his first time up. A-Rod is in at third base. Pitch taken away. He's now 5 for 13 with a home run lifetime off A.J. Burnett. Yankees trying to win just their second game on this road trip as they come in here 1-5. They've only won 2 of their last 10 ball games. The Orioles have won 9 of their last 11.
And preceding the 10 games, they had won 8 in a row.
So now a battle for the Yankees in Tampa Bay and Minnesota for that best record, and for Tampa Bay and the Yankees for the division. 1-1 delivery to PA, and that's down the seat way. Foul ball, 1-2. Lots of exciting baseball left to be played. San Francisco's all alone in the West. They bypassed San Diego. First time they've been in first place alone since May 6. Minnesota's gone 42-16 since the All-Star break. The best record in baseball.
Without Justin Morneau.
Without Morneau. 1-2 delivery to PA, and that's fouled back.
Yeah, look at this right here. You talk about your 3 starters, 9-0. Halladay, Hamels, Oswalt. That got him in the trade. That's a nice little postseason starting staff.
I guess. Phillies really making the run down. The Atlanta Braves are going to have their work cut out for them, trying to find a spot there. Atlanta's got a shot at the wild card too, but that's up for grabs with San Diego, San Francisco, and either Atlanta or Philadelphia in the battle for the wild card. 2 ball, 2 strike count, PA. And again, he will fight it off.
Yeah, he keeps fouling off good pitches. 95 right on the fist. Boys, stay alive to get a better pitch to hit. And of course, if you're out there like your AJ, you're thinking, I'm making pretty good pitches. I'm just not getting outs. Well, that's where the mind part of the game comes in. You got to still be able to focus and make the quality pitches for both hitters and pitchers.
2-2 delivery. Talking about the wild card in the American League, the Yankees have a 6-game lead over Boston. In the National League, Atlanta's got a half-game lead over San Diego and a 2.5-game lead over Colorado. Rockies, Giants.
Well, how about Troy Tulowitzki? I mean, he's got 11 home runs and 27 RBIs in 15 games in September.
And swung on and missed, and the tag put on.
What a month he's having. I mean, he's carrying that team, and then they got Carlos Gonzalez, who's up there, with Triple Crown candidates. And there's finally the good curveball, bounces out in front of the plate. And watch Cervelli get in front of this ball. Just make sure he's able. And right there, just puts the web or the heel of his glove and kicks in front of him. Otherwise, you get a strikeout, but you get a wild pitch and you get a runner on.
Colorado trying to make one of those runs that they do in September. They did it 07, 09, and now again this year. Trying to put a run on for the playoffs in the final month. That'll be outside to Jones, who hit into a fielder's choice. Adam is second at bat. Game tied at 1-0 count, and 1 down. Look back here tomorrow night. Game 2, 3-game set. These are the final 3 games against the Yankees for the year. Jeremy Guthrie and CC Sabathia. And then Chris Tillman and Andy Pettit on Sunday afternoon, a 1:30 start. 2 balls, no strikes on Jones. A.J. Burnett at 62 pitches thrown so far. 2-0 delivery. Jones hit it hard. Granderson going back deep to center, looking up. Goodbye, home run! Adam Jones with a line drive shot, and the Orioles have a 2-1 lead.
Well, he heats up on the heater, up and out over the plate. And that will tie his career high at 19 from last season. I said it's nice to play in September, but hurt the last two summers. He said, well, when I was with the Mariners, I played. I said, yeah, but you were just a minor league guy they called up. This is the real deal right here. Puts the Orioles at top. A bomb to right center field.
19 homers, 63 RBIs for Adam. State Farm donating $100 to the Wounded Warrior Project for every home run hit by the Orioles in the second half of the season. Burnett giving up his 21st long ball of the year. Jones' second lifetime home run off Burnett. And the Orioles lead it 2-1. Matt Wieters to first base. Big hop to Sheriff. Burnett will cover. 2 down. The Orioles 2011 schedule released this week. Perfect time to make your deposit now for the 2011 full or partial season plan. You'll gain access to the best seats, enjoy Major League Baseball's best benefits program, the Orange Carpet Program. Save on the cost of individual tickets. You don't pay the ticketing fees ever again, and you guarantee your access to opening day. 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com. 19. And the 50th career home run for the Orioles center fielder. Robert Andino, a strikeout victim. A-Rod has had the home run for the Yankees. Leadoff homer in the second inning. The Orioles have a Marquez sac fly and a homer by Jones for the 2-1 lead. It's going to be way inside to him. Adam Jones, that's the 24th career home run here at his home ballpark. Adams a .288 lifetime hitter now here at Camden Yards. 202nd game as an Oriole at home. 2-0 delivery on the air and a pop-up first base side. Mark Teixeira. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. Adam Jones gives the Orioles the lead off A.J. Burnett with 1 away, nobody on. I dig it. Pitching dues. Kevin Millwood gave up the home run to A-Rod. A.J. Burnett has walked 1, struck out 4. Both have suffered by the home run. Adam Jones is the one that's given the Orioles the lead.
Yeah, Kevin Millwood, he again extricated himself from that tough situation. Got Jeter to line out with the bases loaded. Some big strikeouts in that inning. Looked like he was right kind of teetering on the tightrope and got himself out of trouble. Yeah,
showing bunt and meaning it. Fair ball. Wieters.
Yeah, everybody in, because the scouting reports will tell you Cervelli does that. Not a bad idea, trying to bunt your way on if you make a good bunt. This is going to be perfect fodder for
Matt Wieters. Get that out on the grass, didn't he?
Yeah. Andino coming in. He was certainly well positioned at third.
That Wieters jumped on it, went away. Derek Jeter, top of the order. Jeter is lined out, flied out. Millwood gets a 1-pitch out to start the inning. Jeter with a 5-game hit streak coming into this ball game, even though he's only 7 for his last 36. Granderson waiting on deck. Yankees on the road this year have averaged about 4.6 runs a game. About a run and a half less than they get at home. But their pitching's picked up. Their ERA is a half a point better on the road than it is at Yankee Stadium.
Well, you mentioned 39 and 33 away, 49 and 25 at home. That's why you want that home field advantage.
Here's the 1-1 delivery to Jeter up the middle, and he's got a base hit. Pokes that one through with one away. Our game flow brought to you by Bank of America. The Bell trying to manufacture some runs so far because the pitchers have been that good. A couple of home runs. The Orioles got their first run on a hit batter, ground ball by Roberts to move them up, and a stolen base sac fly that got him in. A.J. Burnett working on the motion on the bench.
Yeah, trying to stay behind the ball. That's what it looks like. Chris Granderson with 3 home runs already in September.
Curtis Granderson, center fielder, batting second with Jeter back in the leadoff spot in this game and in a number of them when Swisher is out of the lineup. Well, this lineup varied mightily this year.
Yeah. Well, they wanted to get him, and they gave up Austin Jackson and Phil Koch, tough left-handed reliever, to get Curtis Granderson. And, you're going to get the strikeouts. Again, the change of moving your hands back. Having a conversation with his hitting instructor, Kevin Long, now all of a sudden he's hitting lefties. So he gives you speed, he gives you good defense, and he gives you power. 30 home runs last year.
He's had 2 home runs this year against the Orioles and 10 RBI. Hitting .275 off the O's for Granderson this year. Millwood, 2-ball, 1-strike count on a close pitch.
Yep, trying to mix them up, and didn't feel comfortable throwing a 2-0 fastball, threw a little slider. That's what Jeter hit back up the middle for a base hit.
Here's the 2-1 delivery on the way. Jammed him. Wieters will come back. And that will be in the seats. Souvenir time. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Granderson. Kevin Millwood's after just his 4th win of the season against 15 losses. A long season where the run support, as we've talked about, has not been there for much of it. And here at home, 1-7. 20 career starts in this ballpark. He's won 5 and lost 9 lifetime at Camden Yards. Jeter not a big lead at first base.
Even though he can steal some bases. The one thing, and Buck Showalter, Orioles skipper, talked about, he said he's pretty attentive. 17 out of 22 for the 36-year-old Derek Jeter.
2-2 delivery on the way, and that's going to be playable. PA. Jeter back to the bag, and 2 away here in the 5th inning. See the run support numbers, 3rd lowest, 2nd lowest in the American League with Hernandez and then Kevin Millwood, Vargas, Dallas Braden, and Zach Greinke. 3.3 for Kevin Millwood. And pitching in a typical kind of game for him here with the score 2-1. But he's got the lead. Mark Teixeira has struck out and flied out to right field.
Yeah, he ripped one, but right at Markakis. I think the book on, I guess the number on the way Teixeira's hit changeups is not good, and that's what he hit right at Markakis. That's what Cabrera hit against Kevin.
That's going to be a towering pop-up again to PA. And again, he's got it. Millwood out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 left on base. Camden Yards, big crowd of the O's fans. 2-1 lead to work with.
earlier today, Jones told me it feels like the Yankees have been in the playoffs every year of his lifetime. Well, not far from it. Since Adam was 10 years old, the Yankees have been in the playoffs every year but one. To that, Adam says he admires what they've done, but he is inspired as an Oriole now to someday make a run at this New York dynasty. Adam Jones was saying that the recent success the team has had, especially winning 2 out of 3 at Yankee Stadium, give the team the confidence and the knowledge that over time they can make that eventual playoff run. They are having fun in the meantime, knowing it's a long way to get there. Upstairs now, Gary and Jim.
Yeah, especially, Margo, the Yankees still part of that mix in the postseason year after year, and the rest of the division trying to knock them out of it. But Showalter's hope is not too far away. The Orioles will be doing just that. Joe Girardi just wants to get a magic number down, and for this year at least, guarantee themselves a spot. A.J. Burnett facing a bunt. Nice play in the dirt. Can't get it, and that should be a base hit. As Torres laying it down, and a great bunt, and Cervelli, that's about all he was going to do with that.
Well, yeah, he's got to make a perfect play, and that's usually the way you score. Now, he's not going to. Throw's going to get him if he makes a good one, but he doesn't because it's a tough play. Watch this. He's going to have to do about a 180, and that's way out there. Snap throw falls down. And this is why, again, if I was pitching against Cesar Torres, he would make it a lot harder to get out if he bunted a lot. And I think that'll, wherever he is, and hopefully maybe he'll be back here. That'll be part of his offensive plan for next year.
He gets the base hit. So as Torres has reached being hit by a pitch, stole a base and scored. Now he leads the inning off with a single, leading off each inning in his 2 at-bats and getting on. Brian Roberts moved him up last time after he'd stolen a base. Now Roberts will take the pitch inside for a ball. Brian is flied out and grounded out. Brian's continuing his string of multi-hit games here in the month of September. This has been a good month for him. Just a solid baseball, both at the plate and in the field. 1-0 delivery by Burnett, and that's taken down low. The multi-hit games in September, A.J. Pierzynski, the leader with Mark Ellis. Brian right behind him with Ichiro, Sean Figgins, and Ryan Rayburn, all tied at 7 multi-hit games in September. 0 for 2 in this ball game, but a .326 lifetime hitter with 3 home runs off Burnett. And the pitch is a strike.
Pretty big strike zone tonight. Scoreboard shows you that. Ted Barrett giving him a ball about 2-3 inches off the outside corner. Don't say anything because, again, it's only strike 1, but that does make a difference. And you know that Burnett, because Torres already got hit by a pitch, stole a base, so he's very aware that you have some speed over at first.
2 ball, 1 strike count. Not a big lead over there, and the timeout taken by Cervelli at the plate. Orioles lead at 2-1 in game 1 of the 3-game set, the final 3 games against the Yankees this year. There you see that breeze. It is blowing in. Here's the 2-1 delivery, and that's in the dirt. And we remind you again, you just have to be constantly awake when you're on the base paths with the wild pitches that are thrown, 14 of them. Or 15, actually, and he's added a hit batter in this game.
Well, that's the curveball, and you better have somebody that's able to block him. And Cervelli's done a nice job already tonight.
Roberts ahead on the count, 3-1. Runner not going, ground ball to Sheriff. Jeter to Sheriff.
Well, yeah, tough play for a right-handed first baseman unless you're a Gold Glover, because you're going to have to turn. Lefty would just come across his body and, again, hit sharply. Nice pitch in a hitter's count right there. A snap throw, 180, and then Jeter able to clear the runner and easily we get the double play.
So that will take care of the leadoff single, and now there are 2 down, nobody on for Nick Markakis. Markakis is grounded out as a sacrifice fly. Nick brings the 11-game hit streak into the ball game, and he's hit in 22 of the last 23 coming into this game at a .323 batting average. He's now tied for 5th in the American League in doubles, 12th in walks. 2 down, nobody on. 1-0 delivery to him, and Burnett will miss inside. 2-0.
I think that's one of the problems. If we look right there, I mean, Cervelli's sitting low and away, and again, great stuff, but he misses his target by about 18 inches to 2 feet. And again, that's how you get into good hitting counts. Well, when the glove's on the outside corner and you've been around as long as you think it would be somewhere in that neighborhood. And again, they're going to try to go down and away to Markakis. They're out of harm's way.
2-0 delivery, and that's where it was, and a called strike. 2-1.
Because it's not just about velocity. One thing AJ has, he's got great movement, great late life. Unless the ball is up in the zone and flat, like Adam Jones up out over the plate, it's tough to center.
Here's the 2-1 delivery. Markakis a chopper to Cano. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. 5 completed Camden Yards. Orioles up 2-1. Invite you to experience Ford like never before. Ford, drive one. And by H.H. Gregg. We make bike TVs and appliances simple. H.H. Gregg, price and advice guaranteed. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer, WJC's Mark Viviano, and the Orioles have a 2-1 lead as we go to the 6th. A-Rod leads it off. The homer, his 24th game in the 2nd inning. This one he takes to right field. Nick Markakis, 1 pitch, 1 out.
Yeah, just a little bit of a cutter. So he's seen pretty much the whole array from Millwood. The fastball in the middle, he hit a home run, slider, ground ball, and then the cutter, fly ball to right field.
And our Mass Mutual in-game box score.
Well, there it is, the solo home run, the difference, and then the Jeter line drive back at his 2nd time up in the 2nd inning with the bases loaded. Andino speared it, and the Yankees have been off the board since then.
1 away. Robinson Cano taking his time after that first out. Getting on a 1-pitch affair. Cano has singled. 4-game hit streak for him. He's also grounded out. He's now 12 for 27. Lifetime off Kevin Millwood.
And 11 for his last 23. That's pretty hot.
Not bad. That's not bad. Cano's 3rd in the league in hits. Coming into the ball game. 6th in average.
Bring your glove to the ballpark.
And get far, far away when Cano hits. Under the seat.
The ball is screamed into the seats. He's looking down there.
Only Joe Mauer has a better road batting average than does Cano this year. Mauer at .339, Cano at .335, tied with Beltre for 2nd in the American League road batting average numbers. That'll be taken up high on a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Cano. Be interesting to see what he draws for MVP consideration.
Well, he's been their most consistent when you consider Teixeira, the real slow start. 136 in the month of April. He's been the guy all year long.
Millwood got him. 2 down.
I think Kevin just kind of lulled him, slider in, he rips it foul, and just, again, being able to get ahead in the strike zone. Elevates, and Cano, who has tremendous bat control, chases one out of the zone.
So Kevin Millwood, a couple of walks and 4 strikeouts in the ball game. That'll bring up Lance Berkman. Berkman a walk, and he is flied out to center field. And he'll go after the first pitch and foul it back. Millwood cruising along here with some good innings. Since that second inning, he's only given up 2 singles. Second inning, the Yankees got the A-Rod homer and had the bases loaded with 1 away, and he got a strikeout on Cervelli and the line drive out by Jeter to end it. And since then, he's pretty much put the Yankees away.
Well, he's been able, even when he doesn't hit the inside corner, to pitch to both sides of the plate. Right there, you can see Lance Berkman looking down, and that had plenty of the strike zone. They have a little bit of history. 25 at bats, 8 for 25 with a home run because Berkman coming over from the National League.
0-2 delivery to him, and that'll be outside. A 1-ball, 2-strike count on Berkman.
But it's amazing when you take a veteran pitcher, and it looks like he's on his last legs in the second inning because he was really struggling with his command. And here, as you mentioned, I don't know if he's cruising with a 2-1 lead, but he's kind of breezed his way into the 6th.
Here's the 1-2.
Yeah, they didn't even chase that. Because we're looking at a pretty special hitter here in Lance Berkman. He is 34. He's had some knee problems over the last year and so forth, but he can hit. Switch hitter.
9 seasons with Houston. That one's going to be a base hit. So Berkman is on. The designated hitter tonight gets a single. He is somebody whose name is mentioned with the Orioles alongside of it for next year.
Yeah, he just shoots this ball back up the middle, and of course it's Sturris playing there, but the short hop. That's a ball that I'm not going to say it should have been called, but he's been so good he usually catches that ball. You just assume out. It's at a Sturris, it's an out.
Yep. Base hit for the Yankees. They're 5th of the ball game. They are out hitting the Orioles 5-4 now. 2 down, 1 on. Austin Kearns has been called out on strikes, and he has picked up a single. 2 away. Kearns playing in his 31st game with the Yankees, hitting .233. He's had a couple of home runs and 7 RBIs. Hasn't reached 100 at bats with the Yankees yet. The Yankees really loaded up with the likes of Kearns and Berkman.
Yeah, I think the one thing they don't like is the big strike zone tonight.
0-1 delivery.
They keep looking down at the inside corner and the outside corner. And part of it is, again, we've seen it all year long. Maybe that's why some of the strikeout numbers are up. And then you have a veteran pitcher taking advantage of it. In fact, 2 pitchers.
1-ball, 1-strike count. Runner off first with 2 away. And that one off the fist will be fouled straight back, and it'll stay at 1 and 2.
See, and once you establish to a veteran hitter like Austin Kearns that they're going to call the ball off the plate, you force him into swinging at that pitch. And Millwood, Kevin's smart enough to keep staying out of the middle of the plate. That's what he's trying to do, and he's been pretty good at it to this point.
1-ball, 2-strike count. Off first base is Berkman. And that'll skip away, and Wieters will let that one bounce. That's going to move Berkman down on the wild pitch. Millwood's 7th wild pitch of the year. 2 down, a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, just a little cutter way out in front of home plate. And as a catcher, you're trying to center that, at least get the glove and the chest protector on it. You work on it. It's sometimes hard to do. I'm sure that Matt would be disappointed because usually he makes that play. He's been really good at that.
So 2-2 count, 2 down makes the at bat by Kearns even more important. with a potential tying run on at second. Yankees have stranded 5, the Orioles 3. A couple of the Yankees in scoring position, and that's going to be the second. And Brian Roberts has got it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Bottom of the 6th coming up. 2-1-0s. One hour after the Oriole home games. Big screen TVs galore. Watch all the action on Masson. And you can see the O's All Access pregame show broadcast. Tom Davis, Dave Johnson, 1 hour before the game. So next time out, make sure you stop in to the Bud Light Warehouse Bar on Utah Street here at the Yard. 2-4-0 for the Orioles. 1-5-0 for the Yankees. A-Rod's had his 24th home run. Adam Jones his 19th. And an RBI by Nick Markakis on a sacrifice fly. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Ty Wigginton, a single, called out on strikes, and a 5-game hit streak. And our Mass Mutual in-game box score.
Yeah, again the sacrifice fly by Markakis, the home run by Adam Jones, and there's your 2 runs for a lead. And again, Millwood doesn't get a lot of runs, but tonight, at least to this point, got himself a lead.
Wigginton on a check swing, and that will be out of play. Ty this year against the Yankees has struggled. 214 with the hit he has picked up tonight. He's had 13 hits in 58 at bats, 1 home run, 6 RBIs. Buck in the familiar collar up, zipper up, buttoned up look.
Well, there is a breeze tonight. Talking to Richie Bansell, the Oriole head trainer. He's closing in on 30 years with the Orioles as an assistant. And
it's tough to do when you're only 45.
I was looking at one of the pictures. Richie forgot how young he looked when he was young.
Oh, as opposed to now.
No. I didn't say that. No,
you didn't say that.
I did not say that.
Kearns comes on and makes the catch.
Well maintained.
Wigginton's retired. Let's take a look at this date in history. We'll go back to 1941. He was 22 years old. Stan the Man, his major league debut. He went 2 for 4. A couple of RBIs that end up with 3,630 hits. The amazing thing, half and half on the road and at home. 18-15 road and home. 1993, Nolan Ryan, last strikeout, Greg Myers. And Derek Jeter, 2008, the all-time hit leader at Yankee Stadium. He get his 1,270th at the 85-year-old ballpark to pass Lou Gehrig. That's on this date in 1941, 93, and 08. Luke Scott, he has walked and grounded out. How is Stan? He had some health problems.
Well, he wasn't at Cooperstown this year. Yeah, and I mean, his health really over the last 10 years has been up and down. So we hope it's certainly on about as up as it can be. And
wonderful.
What a special guy.
Oh. Great player and a great human being.
Well, they had
Scott,
that,
101.
They had that Sports Illustrated article with him on the cover about about a month ago. And,
yes.
The
young Stan the Man.
Yep.
Scott with one away, and the 1-1 delivery by Burnett will be fouled off.
I just remember reading again. I saw it today. I took it out of my bag, and Albert Pujols is going in his first 10, 11 years has become one of the best, or maybe the best player, all-around player in the game. And he said, "Don't even compare me to Stan Musial." And you said that 3,630 hits, 1,815 at home on the road. I said, "Stan, how do you ever do that?" He goes, "Wasn't easy."
Yeah, no, it wasn't. 1-2 delivery to Scott. Yeah, Pujols has been at times been referred to as the man in St. Louis, and he has said, "Don't do that." He's asked the press, "Do not use that term. Don't use it on the air. I am not the man. The man is Stan, and I prefer it stay that way." 2-ball, 2-strike count on Scott. PA to follow. Good ball game here and a tight one. A.J. Burnett's delivery in the air to center. Curtis Granderson back. He's at the wall, and he's got it.
Yeah, hit it well, and again to one of the deepest parts of the ballpark. I suppose if you went maybe just a shade to the left of center field, it might be a little deeper. But again, cool air, a little bit of a breeze, wind not blowing out. A skyscraper, but stays in the park.
2 down. Here's Felix P.A. Single is struck out. P.A. got his single in the second inning. And he was the last strikeout victim of A.J. Burnett, who's got 4 in the ballgame. Pitches away, and the count goes 1-0 on PA. Orioles, of course, coming off the 3-game sweep. Toronto, as a team, hit .339 during that series and pitched a 2.17 overall ERA. 1-0 delivery is going to be up high, and PA will take it, and the count goes to 2-0. Burnett still throwing about 93, 94 miles an hour. The next pitch will be his 90th. And we are in the 6th. PA waiting on a 2-0 delivery and gets it in there. Two-one delivery down the line, and that's going to be a foul ball. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Beautiful early fall night here in Baltimore. Count goes to 2-2 on PA. And he's going to chop that one foul at the plate. A.J. Burnett comes in with an ERA overall of 5.13. It's about a run a game higher than he had all of last year. And his ERA on the road this year has been particularly high, the second highest road ERA in the American League. So that's been a bit of a struggle for him. Yikes. Hello.
Yeah, even as good as the Yankees with over 5.3 runs a game over the course of the year, when you're giving up 5.5, hard to win on the road. And then just dancing with a fastball, what a breaking ball. And of course, PA hit a crisp single on a curveball early on, had a pretty good swing at that heater and a curveball before that. And there's
PA digs, but play made by Cervello. So a 1-2-3 inning here in the 6th. 5 strikeouts for Burnett. 2 1-0s. brought to you by AT&T. Rethink possible. 2-4-0 for the Orioles, 1-5-0 for the Yankees. Kevin Millwood, a couple of walks, 4 strikeouts. A.J. Burnett, a walk and 5 strikeouts. As A-Rod's had the lone run for the Yankees on a homer, his 24th. Adam Jones, his 19th home run, a solo. And an RBI by Markakis on a sac fly. Those are the runs in the ballgame.
And you'd really like to keep Brent Gardner off. And again, 50 and 12 when he scores a run. Posada with a game-winning home run. Tuesday night game down in Tampa Bay. He's on deck.
1-0 delivery is bunted foul. Talked about Gardner, most pitches seen. Number 1 in the majors, 4.61 per plate appearance. Nick Swisher is also up there among the leaders, not playing tonight with that knee, just been given a rest. 2 of the Yankees who make pitchers work hard. Cervelli will be following, and then Jeter at the top of the order as we go to the 7th inning. Millwood's delivery down the line is foul. 1-2. So Jorge Posada's coming out in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, the one thing, and we saw with Gardner the last time, again, the quarter zone shot on the right wrist, sped up his bat, hit a vicious line drive, but I think Markakis made a nice running play in right field. So we'll see where they go with 2 strikes now.
1-2 delivery to him.
Yeah, he ducks it. He's got 68 hits with 2 strikes. That's 7th in the American League. So obviously he's pretty patient. Good idea, the strike zone.
302 average against the Orioles in the year with 1 home run for Gardner. 2-ball, 2-strike count for Millwood, and Millwood will get a chopper to second. Brian Roberts. 1 down, 7th inning.
Well, it looks pretty routine, Gary, but the one thing that Rick Branditz has tried to get Kevin Millwood and there is Rick in the corner there saying that basically you got a pretty good 2-seam fastball. So your whole career you've been a high ball pitcher, but you're 35. You could still pitch. You know, he'll still get it up over 90 miles every once in a while. Not tonight a whole lot, but take the ball. Use your curveball. Use your changeup, and he's done a great job of doing that tonight.
Now Jorge Posada will be the pinch hitter as he comes on for Cervelli. Posada's 5 for 21 with 2 home runs lifetime off Kevin Millwood. Posada, the switch hitter, 264 right, 252 left. Breaking ball will miss. He said 10 home runs from the left side and 8 from the right this year. Millwood with 1 away, nobody on.
Yeah, 6-game road trip coming into tonight. He's 1 for 11, and that was the one that won the game. 432-foot home run.
Tried for another one there and misses. 1-1. All right, now the Angels and Tampa Bay are tied at 3 apiece. Carl Crawford, the 2-run triple that has brought them back from the deficit, to tie it up in the 7th inning.
About a 9-pitch at bat against Danny Herring.
Yankees are trailing Tampa Bay in the standings coming into tonight's play by a half a game. Millwood with a 2-ball, 1-strike count.
And the Red Sox are down 8-2 to the Jays.
Here's the 2-1 delivery, and that's going to be floated up high to Jorge Posada.
Well, the changeup was the pitch that undid a great performance against the Tigers. You could really slow his arm speed, which he did on that pitch, and Miguel Cabrera tied it up. He had a 3-1 lead, had a 2-run home run in the 6th inning.
3-ball, 1-strike count on Posada, and he'll take it, and he's on with a walk. So with 1 away in the 7th, the Yankees have a man on. Orioles Reach has once again teamed up with the Maryland SPCA to create the 2011 Orioles Pet Calendar, presented by Southwest Airlines. 12 months of pet photos, some of your favorite Orioles, benefits the Maryland SPCA and their work with local homeless pets. Calendars available, only $15. Go to Orioles.com. 3rd walk by Millwood.
Yeah, 104 pitches now, Gary. Nobody up in the bullpen, but there are guys starting to stretch a little bit.
And Derek Jeter at the top of the order. Jeter is singled. He's 1 for 3. And Jeter takes it on the outside corner for a strike. Millwood had the Yankees jump out in the second inning. Jim Johnson warming up. The Orioles came back, tied it up, and then got the lead in the fourth inning. Now the Yankees trailing by a run here in the seventh, 1 on, 1 down. 0-1 delivery. Jeter takes it inside corner. 0-2.
Yeah, nice pitch right there. I think the first one, Derek thought it was off the plate, but that's perfect. And again, Ted Barrett established the ball off the plate. You're looking away. Perfect pitch in.
Millwood with the 0-2. And Jeter's gone, and he's not going to like that.
Nope.
5 strikeouts for Millwood.
Yeah, it goes back to the first pitch. That pitch was at least in the neighborhood. Take a look right there. About time. I've been watching Derek Jeter since 1996. Very rarely will this pitch ever get called. But the first one was not a strike, and I think that's where his complaint is. But it set up the whole at bat.
Jeter staring out at the home plate umpire from the top step, Ted Barrett. Now there are 2 down. Posada still on at first base, and here's Granderson. Granderson an 0 for 3. 3 fly ball outs. And the off-speed breaking ball is in there for a strike to him. 18 homers and 50 RBIs for the Yankees center fielder. And again, Millwood trying to work his way around an inning here. He's only had a couple where there's been a real scoring threat back in the second. And other than that, the Yankees have not had more than 1 on in any other inning.
Unfortunately, though, in a one-run game, you're always one swing away from them either tying it up or taking the lead because of their power numbers.
Granderson, the 1-1 delivery to him, and he'll take the pitch down low. Big crowd having their own cheering contest.
Well, you like to see that. Yeah, I mean, for years we've had Yankee fans, Red Sox fans coming down here. It's great for the city, but at least for the economy.
Tough for the O's fans.
Well, I understand that.
Yeah. No, you're right. 2 ball, 1 strike count, 2 away. Jorge Posada going nowhere at first base. Very short lead. In the dirt. Wieters blocks it. And falls behind. Millwood does. 3 ball, 1 strike count on Granderson. Talked about the Yankees on base percentage and how good it is. They are second in walks. And the team, as you would expect, ahead of them, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's got the same kind of walk on base percentage that the Yankees do. Tampa Bay's third in runs, Yankees first. Andy walking. So Granderson gets the walk. That's 2 in the inning. Posada will get down to second base. There are 2 away, but you got Mark Teixeira and then Rodriguez coming up against Millwood.
Yeah, Teixeira with glowing numbers, and you've seen him already tonight 3 times. Of course, he's 0 for 6 off Jim Johnson. The easy call is just to go to the bullpen and bring Johnson in.
Well, another big moment in the ball game is Teixeira hitting .292 with runners in scoring position. He'll take the pitch for a strike on the inside corner.
One thing about Teixeira, broke his little toe on his right foot on August 31st. Hadn't hit a home run since then.
Switch hitter, 279 right, 253 left. This is the side he's hit his home runs, though. 21 of the 30 have been hit left-handed. Inside, backs him back a little bit. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Outfield deep. 1-1 delivery. Tried to launch it. He hits more fly balls, as you would expect, than any other hitter in the American League. He has that big uppercut.
Yeah, he drops that back hip and doesn't drop it that significantly when he's hot. And when he does, he just gets under things. But, of course, that's how he lifts the ball. That's how he hits home runs.
Posada and Granderson are the base runners. Jorge Posada's the lead runner at second. Here's the 1-2 delivered. tantalizing, tried to tease him to go after it. He wouldn't do it.
Well, this is a 116th pitch. Curveball that's not real close. Hard to believe. 119 pitches. Guess who it was against the Yankees? But that was only in 5 2/3 innings.
Here's the 2-2 delivery to Scherer again, trying to muscle it up. Count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. First start against the Yankees this year, Kevin Millwood did not get a decision, but the Orioles did get a win. And it was the first win when he started. Then he had the losses in back-to-back starts on the 1st of June. A-Rod had a home run in one of those games. He's also had one here. Again, the 2-2 delivery to Scherer, goes down swinging. Millwood gets his 6th strikeout of the game, and 2 are left on. Kevin Millwood, the veteran, has found a way to get big outs. 7th inning stretch time brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey. Please drink responsibly.
Nothing on his 24th home run, 607th of a career. Jeter with the bases loaded. Millwood gets out of the inning. The Orioles come back in the 3rd inning. Sacrifice fly as his tourist had reached. And then Adam Jones, 19th home run of the season, gives the Orioles a 2-1 lead in the 4th inning. Millwood, no doubt, with the pitch count close to 120. And he was magnificent tonight. Jones, you can see A-Rod with 607 lifetime home runs, a couple behind Sosa, and Burnett still on the hill for the Yankees.
Just a real good ball game to open it up. Blake Showalter going over to talk to the veteran Kevin Millwood. Rick Kranitz there as well. Jorge Posada is going to stay in the ball game as he came on as a pinch hitter for Cervelli, and he'll now do the catching. And Millwood, obviously done, will leave the ball game with a 1-run lead as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Jones, Wieters, and Andino due up for the Orioles. Adam Jones, a home run, came in the 4th inning, his 19th. A line drive shot into right center field. And he is also hit into a fielder's choice. Now has 2 career home runs off Burnett. CC Sabathia and Jeremy Guthrie in the start tomorrow night in Game 2. Jones will foul that one back for a strike. The Orioles, since Buck Showalter took over, their starter ERA, of course, has been just magnificent. We showed that to you at the top. And the Orioles have 2 of the top 7 ERAs since Showalter took over. Guthrie and Bergeson are both in the top 7. That is a strike on the outside corner. Now that's from the date Showalter started managing through today.
Yeah, Guthrie's been terrific since the All-Star game. Maybe, 2-3 bad starts out of 11 or 12. Of course, Sabathia will try to win 20 again for the 3rd time. First, never done that in his career, as good as he's been. So, terrific game tomorrow night.
That one down to 3rd is going to go foul. And, of course, the Orioles denied him the 20th win in his first effort at it in the series at Yankee Stadium. bullpen, David Robertson up for the Yankees. A.J. Burnett doing the masterful thing of trying to hang around long enough for his teammates to give him a lead and a chance to win. Bautista, another one, 48.
Yeah, all-time record for the Jays now. Past George Bell. Tied him when they were in Baltimore the other night.
And that's in Fenway, where Toronto's got the 8-run lead now.
And that uppercut with those fly ball swings, maybe even a little more pronounced when they get to friendly Fenway.
Here's the 0-2 delivered to Jones, and that hit him. Something else Burnett does, as we said, all the time.
Well, that puts some pressure on Joe Girardi because, again, it's always difficult. Pitch count at 98. Just trying to go in and runs. He's got a great running fastball. Of course, Adam missed about 8, 9, 10 games when he was plunked in the middle of the back, this down in the hip area.
15th time Burnett has hit a batter. He's also had his 16th wild pitch in this game. So the Orioles get the leadoff man on. They've had the leadoff man on in 4 innings here. Wieters has struck out and grounded out. Took a look at the numbers of the sophomores around the American League, of which Matt Wieters is one. And the sophomore jinx has always been hung around the neck of second-year players. With the league adjusting to you and getting to know you better. Pitch will be taken for a strike. Wieters has done well. Some of the top sophomores: Brett Gardner of the Yankees, Matt Wieters with the 11 home runs, 53 RBIs. David Price pitching wise with 17 wins. Trevor Cahill with 16, and Brian Dunsing of Minnesota with 9. All sophomores in the American League.
He was talking, of course, for the second straight year, and we've been talking about it all week. He's just been getting red hot when we talk about Matt Wieters. He said, even in college, I was a slow starter. In fact, he said, I started out at Georgia Tech. I was 0 for 17. He said, that's a bad habit. You got to stop that.
0-1 count on him, and the A.J. Burnett. Jones over there with a little added impetus to want to steal after being hit by the pitch.
Well, he's got a big lead, and he's got, again, you get your primary lead, and then he has really been getting some good secondary leads. Boy, it'd be nice to put a couple of runs on the board here. And that's about as big a lead as you'll see Adam Jones get.
Not going. The pitch. It misses down low, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Well, you mentioned Cervelli threw out 9 of 58, Posada 13 of 72, so that's a couple of percents better. But again, you're going to steal on the pitcher.
As Torres has 1 stolen base tonight. 1-1. Jones not going, and that's going to be stopped again to Teixeira. There's 1. Throw to first. You got to be kidding. Oh, mercy. That is a major league Gold Glove double play.
You know, when you get Mark Teixeira as a free agent, you give him all that money, you figure, well, it's just about the bat, but it's really, I mean, he's a multifaceted player from his knees. He knows who's running. All he knows is, if I make an accurate throw, watch this, getting off the bag, you catch it. That's stage 1. Stage 2 is just get it to Jeter, and Derek knows who's running too. He knows it's an automatic double play. All you got to do is get the transfer over to your shortstop. That's the second time. Yeah, second time tonight they've been able to get Burnett a couple of quick outs.
Here's Andino. And both times A.J. Burnett has been about 2 feet away from the bag. The first time on the double play, he was over there umpiring, gave the out sign. The second time, he just kind of put his arms out like, wow, what a play. He was standing right next to Teixeira. And that one ripped to left field, way back. Goodbye, home run.
I'll tell you what, we go back to the first at bat. Curveball after curveball, strikeout, first home run this year. He had 13 down at AAA Norfolk this year, 2 last year for the Orioles, but this is pretty much what he did the other night, Gary.
Our 4th drive of the game.
Hit a double off of Josh Renicky. Just a matter if this ball gets up. A low
did not take long to leave. This is going to be a tough play in his Torres. He'll beat on it's a base hit. As Torres gets the single, 2-hit ball game for the Orioles shortstop. Long shot by Andino puts the Orioles up 3-1 with the Ford drive of the game. Your local Ford dealer invites you to experience Ford like never before. Ford Drive One.
Well, he did.
You didn't have time to count how long that took.
Not a lot of hang-tang. Not a Ray Guy home run.
Wow. Well, Robert Andino rattles one. And the Orioles now extend that lead. Runner on at first base, 2 down. Brian Roberts has had it 0 for 3. He hit into the other double play back in the 5th inning. Orioles now out hitting the Yankees 6-5 in the ballgame. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Roberts. 2 home runs in the ball game. Jones and Andino for the Orioles. 1 for the Yankees. Rodriguez. That's the only run they've gotten, and that came back in the 2nd inning. Kevin Millwood shut him down. Orioles offense has responded to make it a 3-1 game. Here's the 1-1 delivery to Roberts to Sherrill. Oh, man. So the Orioles get the Andino home run, and that gives them a 3-1 lead after 7. Starts at Hager.com. 3-1 lead going to the 8th inning with the Orioles on top. Kevin Millwood will leave the game for the 3rd time this year, having given up only 1 run. He did it against the White Sox. He did it against Seattle. He's done it against the Yankees. And here's Jim Johnson.
Yeah, came in on Monday and gave up one of his runs and another inherited run. The Orioles would go on to win it in 11, 4-3. But again, only the 2nd time in 8 outings he's given up an earned run. He's been throwing the ball well after recovering from strained ligament in his elbow.
So a 3-1 edge in the 8th. A-Rod leads it off. A homer. He's grounded out, flied out. 24th homer came in the 2nd inning. Millwood a run on 5 hits over 7. Gave up 4 walks, got 6 strikeouts. Brian Roberts. 1 down. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield makes a $25 donation to the Kennedy Krieger Institute for every strikeout recorded by an Orioles pitcher. So far, the pitchers have recorded 875, which means Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield is that much closer to the $25,000 goal. Thank you, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield, for your commitment to improving the health of the kids in our community through wellness education programs. Robinson Cano. 1 down. Cano 1 for 3, and he will fight that one off.
He even struck out.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's like,
Mr. Contact.
Right, yeah. I mean, magic wand just against the O's. Kevin Millwood able to get him to chase up and out of the zone.
Here's the 0-1 delivery to him. Cano will take that one outside.
Yeah, pretty good changeup.
Cano leads second baseman, as we said, in field percentage, and this season against the Orioles. He's put up big numbers. He's got 18 career home runs, highest against any opponent. 1 ball, 2 strike count. But Jim Johnson getting to face both Rodriguez and now Cano with nobody on base. You got to do it. That's the way you want it to be. Like Showalter after his 27th win since taking over. Team is 26-15. And the Orioles after a 4-game win streak. 1 ball, 2 strike count.
Yeah, Jim Johnson got in trouble with a curveball, and Matt Wieters put the sign down, and he's going to do exactly what you're supposed to do. I mean, you have to have conviction when what you want to throw. But again, it's usually worth a discussion when you have a difference of opinion.
One of the big changes Rick Kranitz is talking about for Matt Wieters. The willingness to take what he believes and take it out to the pitcher and let him know.
Yeah, he's light years ahead of last year.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as communicating, the way he can look at this target. There we go.
That got away. That's a swing. He may make it. He will. That's a strikeout, but wild pitch allows him to reach.
I mean, you execute your pitch, and you don't want to be afraid of bouncing it because you want to be out of the zone. And again, Matt's going to, this is something you just have to work on. 6'5", you got to be able to get down. It's not an easy play by any chance. You see the snap throw. So the Orioles thought they were going to get what they wanted, which was to get one of the best hitters in the American League out. That doesn't happen.
So that brings a potential tying run to the plate, and Lance Berkman is that person. He has singled, flied out, and drawn a walk. Berkman against Johnson has faced him only twice, 1 for 2. And Berkman will take it for a strike outside corner.
I didn't like that call.
Smiles and walks away.
Well, you can't do anything about it. It just makes it a little bit more difficult to hit.
Bergman 5th all-time among switch hitters in home runs, 326. Only one of 7 switch hitters to reach the 300 home run mark ever.
Well, I saw Brian Cashman. He doesn't make a lot of road trips, and said he was planning on coming down anyway. And as we look at Swisher, who's been battling the knee problem, but Berkman hadn't hit a home run yet. I mean, he's having a good September when it comes to average. He came in hitting .433, 13 for 30, but no long balls yet for the Yankees. 13 with Houston early in the year.
2 strike count. And Berkman will take it away. Berkman in his 27th game. He's had just reaching the 70 at-bat marks with the Yankees. And the Orioles would just as soon he not end that right here.
Right. Well, this has always been his power side. More of a line drive hitter, right-handed.
1-2 delivery by Johnson's going to be outside.
Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Yankees have more comeback wins than anyone else in the majors. 45 games. They have won 45 out of their 88. They have come from behind to win. No other team in the majors has that many. 2-2. Cano's on at first base with 1 away. Jim Johnson delivers.
Well, it's kind of an interesting philosophy when you're a good team. You're world champs. You expect, and when you go back and look at the numbers over the years of the Yankees coming here to Baltimore, they expect to win this game. Now, that can all change if you make your pitches. Orioles have a guy that is got terrific stuff on the mound. If he's able, when we talk about Jim Johnson, able to execute his pitches, things change. They don't win.
2-2 delivery. That's to the hole. That's going to be a base hit. Cano will make a turn, but will not challenge Markakis. So Berkman's on, 2 on, 1 down here in the 8th. Time to text in your vote for the AT&T Player of the Game. Here are the candidates tonight. Adam Jones has delivered his 19th home run. Solo shot came in the 4th inning. A-Rod has hit his 24th. A solo shot that came in the 2nd. And Kevin Millwood a chance to win it. A run on 5 hits over 7. A great start. Another great start for the Orioles. Text in your vote A, B, or C to 51862. Eduardo Nunez will come on as the pinch runner for Berkman.
Well, see, that's a perfect example. It's pretty good curveball, except that your second baseman, because of Cano at first, is up the middle. So a routine ground ball is not routine, and the Yankees get a break. Good at bat by Berkman with 2 strikes. And this guy.
Here is Nick Swisher, the pinch hitter. Swisher with 1 down. Swisher, of course, prevented the Orioles from having a sweep at Yankee Stadium on September 8th, as he delivered one off Koji Uehara that ended the ball game. 1 down, 2 on. Swisher, a chopper to first base, fair ball. Wigginton will go to the bag. Swisher retired. The runners move up. Now there are 2 away.
Not what he wanted, but it certainly does. As you can see right there with our little diamonds, the orange diamonds, moves him into scoring position. Tying run now at second.
And here is Brett Gardner. Gardner tonight has walked, flied out, grounded out. A base hit here with 2 down. Could easily tie it up. Cano's the lead runner. Nunez the pinch runner at second base. Johnson gets the out, and the score stays at 3-1 O's. Michael Gonzalez for the Orioles in the pen. Gardner's hit .246 with runners in scoring position this season. Batting 8th with Jorge Posada waiting on deck.
Yeah, so not exactly. There is an open base, but it's not open with Posada coming up.
Crowd has seen a great game tonight. 32,874. 32,874. The announced attendance here at Camden Yards tonight. Here's the 1-0 delivery. It's in there.
Yeah, good sinker. That is what Jim Johnson does best. There's the target. There's the good sinker. Great movement in the zone. Now they give Gardner the bunt here. Only 1 bunt base hit all of last year. That's what he worked on in spring training and all winter long. But I can't imagine he's going to be bunting here.
Pitch will be taken up high. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Johnson has faced Gardner 3 times, has not surrendered anything, 0 for 3. Yankees have 2 in scoring position with 2 down, 8th inning. Outfield shallow, left and center. Gardner fouls it back. 2-2. Jim Johnson ready. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Gardner a slapper to second base. Roberts big hop, and he got him. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left in scoring position. Orioles 3-1. out July 17 and now available to be picked up. You can do it at the Fan Assistance Center located in the warehouse. Bring your voucher to any Orioles game, or you can stop by the Fan Assistance Center weekdays 9 to 5. For info, 888-848-BIRD. David Robertson is on to pitch.
Yeah, the back end of this bullpen with Kerry Wood coming over, and in fact, the job at Chamberlain, the ERA and under 2 runs a game since the 31st of July, and then, of course, Rivera. But Robertson's been outstanding. He's given up 4 earned runs in only 25 appearances with 31 strikeouts. He of the big overhand curveball and just a fastball that has great life to it. So, all in all, great year. He had a run where 19 consecutive appearances from early July all the way into August. Didn't give up a run. And again, he can strike you out with the best of them.
Greg Golson, who's been up a couple of times with the Yankees in as a defensive replacement. He's in right field where Kearns had been.
Yeah, Golson's the guy that came in on Tuesday night in the 8-7 win in Tampa Bay and threw out Carl Crawford in the 10th inning after Posada hit the potential game-winning home run.
So the Orioles will try and add to it in the bottom of the 8th inning as they have the 3-1 lead. Nick Markakis, an RBI and a sac fly, 0 for 2 officially. Maybe his last chance to extend the 11-game hit streak. A.J. Burnett out of the ball game, their pitcher of record, giving up the 3 runs on 6 hits over 7. He had a walk and 5 strikeouts. So the Orioles trying to beat Burnett for the 3rd time this year and only the 5th time ever. And by Showalter's team after 4 in a row.
Yeah, they really got a scuffle against Burnett as good as he was tonight.
That one to left field. Gardner. Markakis retired, went away. Join us again tomorrow. It's game 2. Great matchup. Jeremy Guthrie has been outstanding. We'll take them out against CC Sabathia, trying to get his 20th for the 2nd time against the Orioles. Our coverage on Masson HD will begin at 6:30. O's Extra, presented by your local Ford dealer, followed by game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on Masson.
There it is. The number's a little misleading when you look at the one-loss record, because Guthrie has been so good. And there's that zoom ball. Great movement. It looks like a little cutter as Koji, the Orioles closer, gets up. At least a 2-run lead to work with when he comes in the 9th.
Ty Wigginton will pop that one up, and that's going to be into the seats. And a 2-strike count. Wigginton has had a single, 1 for 3. Now has a 5-game hit streak. Tampa Bay continues to be tied 3-3 against the Angels. They're in the 8th with Chad Gaudin and Royce Ring. 0-2 count. Just counting them up today. The Yankees, when they were out warming up, it looked like the Foreign Legion with 34 players, and they've got 2 others on the roster but on the DL. Orioles aren't far behind in that regard, though. They've got 32 players active.
Yeah, I don't think they have 11 in the bullpen, though. Toronto came in here with 13.
Cito had to figure out. He had to look, see whose number it was.
He had like 6 lefties. Didn't know their names, but he knew he get a lefty up. Get one of them.
Give me a lefty. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Wigginton, and did foul tip that to keep the at bat alive. Yankee bullpen of some concern, trying to get that straightened out, and overall looks like they've done it. ERA is now 2nd, hits per 9 innings, fewest. They've had to go through some different players trying to set that, different spots. 2-2 pitch to 3rd, and that's going to be a foul ball.
Yeah, I think the only thing is that if you go back and look at their march through the postseason last year, they had Marte, who's out with a shoulder injury the rest of the year, and they had Phil Koch, who they traded to get Curtis Granderson, so they had 2 lefties. So the numbers, and again, I mean, look at this. Only the home run by Aaron Hill by Kerry Wood, and then Jobber Chamberlain. Those numbers, and that's again since Wood came there. So they got the righties, and those guys should be able to get anybody out, but they just don't have the left-hand matchup guys like they had last year.
2-2 delivery on the way. That's deep. Granderson there. Wigginton retired, 2 away in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Luke Scott has had an 0 for 2 and has drawn a walk. Orioles designated hitter will stand in. 26 homers and 66 RBIs for Luke on the year. Again, the training goes on. Matt Wieters. Two down, bases are empty. And Scott takes it for a strike. So the Orioles have continued what we showed you at the top of the broadcast. The starters now have gone 21 consecutive games, giving up 4 or fewer runs. Wow. 0-1 count. Orioles starters have gone 6-0-5 in their last 11 with an ERA of 2.03. And that was not hurt tonight by Kevin Millwood.
No, he was just magnificent. As good as Burnett was. AJ, he was just a little bit better and got out of that second inning. And then
every time Millwood needed a big out, he found a way to.
Well, he really did. And how about I don't know, the eventual pitch count was somewhere around 120, but how about the slider to Teixeira to strike him out in the 7th? Because if I was managing, and most managers, he would have been gone. Buck leaves him in. And that's what you can do when you know somebody, because he had him, he knows about it.
That's going to be outside. And a 3-ball, 1-strike count.
That's the one thing, you talk about Earl Weaver. He played for Earl long enough. He was going to trust you in late innings. Maybe it's not as late as it used to be, but 7th inning's late to get guys out.
3-1 delivery there for a strike, 3-2.
And that's exactly what Kevin did.
Plus, and not in the case of Kevin Millwood, but in the case of some of the younger pitchers, it's been very clear that Buck Showalter, one of the things he's doing, show me what you got.
Right, and if you never ever get to pitch in those chances, how do you ever find out if you can do it?
Yep.
That's how the game has changed. And, most of these guys have done a great job of embracing that. And you've got to give them a lot of credit.
3-2 count, 2 down, nobody on. And foul tip. Well, Luke will keep his at-bat alive.
Yeah, Ted Barrett, I think, took that off the mask. And, of course, Posada was hit maybe earlier in the week. A slight concussion. So right dead center to pick. And look at Jorge. Turns right around because he knows. He can hear the sound, see how you're doing. Plus, we wouldn't mind a strike right here, too, just in case you can't see clearly. I'll help you out.
He's smiling. Looking down to third.
Come on, bring it on. Give me more.
Brian Gorman, his crew chief, giving him a little what for there. 3-2 count, 2 down. And he got him. Throttled back on it. So David Robertson, a strikeout. Yankees coming up. 9th inning. Posada, Jeter, and Granderson. Go to Southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Had to pay $30 for a bag the other day. Go Southwest, go. All right, Coach O'Hara coming on. It is a save situation.
Wrong airline. Hadn't been the wrong landing zone for this guy right here. Again, great saves. He's pitched so well since he got healthy last year. Leg problems, flexor. That's all the bundles of muscles that come up your forearm. That got him out of the year. This year he had some hamstring problems, and when he's come in, he's been awfully good. There, there have been a couple of blips. The one up, A-Rod with a base hit, and then Swisher with a walk-off home run, but a lot of strikes. And again, you may get to him, but he's going to force you to put the ball in play. He doesn't walk a whole lot of guys.
We saw some Koji burns in the crowd today. Some of the fans.
I got to go up that way tomorrow. You and I might have some longer sideburns if I can find the store in Hampton.
Is that where it is?
Yeah.
Where they're selling it?
Well, I don't know about those, but it's a costume store.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to be up in that neighborhood, so you and I might.
I think that's a good idea.
He deserves it.
He does. All right, here we go.
Well, at least to this point.
Well, he deserves it.
Okay.
Orioles have the 3-1 lead. Each team with 6 hits. The Orioles looking for their 6th consecutive win at home and their 4th consecutive overall. Jorge Posada will take it for a strike. He's had one at bat and drew a walk. He is 0 for 3 off Koji.
And if you look at the radar gun, you're going to be a little bit fooled because it tricks you. The ball just has life. 87 looks a lot quicker than that.
Jim Johnson worked the 8th inning, giving up 1 hit. He had ground ball outs that got him out of the inning.
And the one thing about Posada, good fastball hitter, but that's why they throw him the splitter, back-to-back splitters. And that's what the hitters will tell you. The White Sox, they said, you know what, the ball coming out of his hand looks quicker than it is, but you always know in the back of your mind he's got that pitch, the split-fingered fastball.
And Posada off the end of the bat. A 1-ball, 2-strike count. Let's update you on the voting for the AT&T Player of the Game. Here are the results so far. Still time to text in your vote, A, B, or C, to 51862. The results on the O's Extra post-game show. Kevin Millwood waiting for win number 4. 1-ball, 2-strike count. Jorge Posada. That's a foul ball.
Wow. There's the hanger. You get a little bit lucky and you get an information pitch, all in one pitch. You hang it, he rips it foul. Now you know what zone you need to try to stay out of. Now, whether you can do it or not, that's what the game is so exciting.
Count goes to 1-2. Posada will take that up high. 2-ball, 2-strike count. The Orioles have had home runs from Jones and Andino, 2 solos. RBI sac fly by Nick Markakis. A-Rod the home run 2nd inning, the only one for the Yankees. And that will be foul back. And don't think the concern with each one of these losses, if it happens, doesn't draw a little deeper into the soul of the Yankees fans and the Yankee team. I mean, they should be and are in real good shape to make the postseason. But you cannot go losing here 9 out of 11 ball games, which will be the case if they lose this, and not start to get concerned.
Well, it's again the home field. They play Tampa Bay at home 4 games the end of next week. But you want to play at home. I mean, you got your fans. You're just more comfortable. Postseason, of course, I don't think it's ever comfortable because you've got so much stuff going on. But you got to play in your home park if you can. These are huge games.
Here's the 2-2 delivery to O'Hara, and that's
somewhere
close, but not quite. 3-2.
Well, there's been so many close pitches called tonight, but they're usually off the plate. That ball's low. Bet Barrett got that right. He's been very consistent as far as heights. Maybe gave you a couple of inches or so off the plate on both sides tonight.
Posada, 3-2 delivery, and he'll foul it back. Battling. O'Hara trying to get that all-important first out and keep that potential tying run from getting to the plate. So far, it has been a 10-pitch at-bat with Jeter waiting on deck.
And once you get a guy on, not only does it represent the time around the plate, but maybe you play a little bit better or different defensively as far as guarding the lines, playing a little bit deeper in the outfield.
Well, how ready? Here's the 3-2. In the air to left center field, a base hit.
Boy, what a great at bat.
Posada with an 11-pitch at bat.
And what a great at bat that was. Finally goes down and gets a split finger. Watch him cover the outside part of the plate with his splitter. This is why he's been one of the best offensive catchers and hitters in the last, 14, 15 years. Pitcher's pitch serves it into left. Tying run now at the plate from Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter with nobody out. Jeter's got a 2-for-5 lifetime off Koji Uehara's base hit came in the 5th. A 6-game hit streak for Jeter. He'll play off the bag at first. Wigginton will be behind Jorge Posada. And the pitch will miss inside for a ball. Uehara trying to come back after giving up the game-winning walk-off homer to Nick Swisher at Yankee Stadium last time these teams played. First blown save. Jeter will foul it back. 1-1.
And he chases the ball out of the zone. It's not a great matchup unless Koji can get ahead, because there's Swisher with a 2-run shot to left center. Jeter's a pretty good high ball hitter, and the one thing about Koji, he would rather, other than the split-fingered fastball, pitch up in the zone. But again, which Derek Jeter are we seeing? Are we seeing Mr. Clutch? Or are we seeing a guy that struggled?
He's grounded into 20 double plays this year. Does not catch up to that one, and a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
So that's back-to-back balls. This one's a little bit lower, but normally he takes that pitch. And if you duck it, actually the count would be 3-0.
And he wasn't close to getting that.
Well, he's anxious, and why not?
Jeter at 262 on the year. Runner at first base. Here's the 1-2 delivery to him, and he'll take it, and he's gone. Koji Uehara gets it. He was watching Jeter's at bat in the 7th inning. Same pitch got him.
Oh, this is a perfectly thrown fastball on the outside corner. Watch the glove. Okay, sequence. There we go. Ball 2, but he swings at it. Can't get to that one. Boom. Outside corner. At 90.
Now Curtis Granderson. And you've got Teixeira waiting on deck. 1 down. Granderson will take it up high. Granderson is 0 for 1 in the only official at bat he has against Koji Uehara. He has not had a hit tonight. 0 for 3 and a walk.
What another good fastball hitter.
1-0 to him, and that's going to miss up high, and it's 2-0. Andino moves in a little bit at third, recognizing Granderson's speed. Everybody else back. Wigginton behind the runner. Jorge Posada at first base. In the air, right field. Markakis has to play it on a hop. Markakis did not want that ball to go by him, so chose to play it on a hop rather than make the iffy dive.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way you need to play it. If you had maybe a 3-run lead, but he doesn't. And again, he hits that ball with a lot of top spin. Good read, even better judgment right here.
So runners at first and second. Koji Uehara's game here in the 9th inning. The Orioles have the 3-1 lead. And Mark Teixeira, who is 0 for 4 and has struck out twice, will stand in. The two managers top stepping this one. Teixeira takes it up high. Teixeira's 1 for 6 off Koji. The 1 hit, a home run.
And boy, did that Posada at bat set up this inning. 11 pitches.
Runners off first and second. Teixeira takes a strike.
See, you don't get the low one, but you get the one off the corner.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. Mark Teixeira lifts it. A rainmaker pop-up. Third base, infield fly rule. Runner, the hitter is out. And there are 2 down.
Well, that ball was up a mile.
So here's the matchup. If you're a baseball fan, hey, you got to love it.
Well, yeah, you go back 24th of the year. Only Yankee run tonight. 607 of them.
Runners at first and second. 9th inning. 2 down. The Orioles lead it by 2. Posada's on at second base. Granderson's on at first. Koji Uehara after the save. And a strike on the inside corner to A-Rod. Rodriguez with a 2 for 4 off Uehara.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to get a ball 3-4 inches off the corner, but that's just been the strikes out all night long. And A-Rod, he goes, okay. You can see 2 for 4 off of Koji.
Takes that one. It's going to miss inside. Great ball game. This is the way they're supposed to be in the kind of games the Orioles want to be involved in against the Eastern Division opponents like the Yankees. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Runners off first and second. A-Rod will pop it back.
Yeah, just staying in under his hands.
Rodriguez has hit only .231 against the Orioles this year. A couple of home runs. Does have 8 RBIs. Wieters will go out to be sure on what they're going to throw here. 1 and 2.
Yeah, I think the other thing you have to, we obviously know that Alex can hit a lot of home runs, but again, the tying runs over at first. So you still have to be cognizant of that if you're an outfielder or even if you're a pitcher catcher.
And a speedster in Granderson.
Exactly.
Ball game on the line here in the 9th. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Delivery to Rodriguez.
There you go. Called it exactly the way it should have been called. It was off the plate. Certainly wasn't any closer than the one earlier on, but didn't call it.
A-Rod looked back on that just to make sure. Two down. Here's the 2-2 delivery. A-Rod in the air to left field. Oh, mercy. Goodbye home run. The Yankees lead it.
Well, again, 5 straight fastballs. Doesn't get it in. Watch that foot get down. And it's just a matter of how far, again, it's going to go.
And that will be it. It is another blown save for Koji Uehara. And for A-Rod, a 2-homer night. Numbers 24 and 25. 4 RBIs in the game for him. And his 24th and 25th home runs lifetime in this ballpark. And the Yankees have a 1-run lead. disappointment. Nick Swisher the last time at Yankee Stadium. This time A-Rod. Here's Gonzalez.
Yeah, he comes on to face Cano. Obviously the damage, at least to this point, done on the 3-run shot by Alex Rodriguez.
And that's going to be a base hit into right. Robinson Cano's second hit of the ball game. Koji O'Hara works 2/3 of an inning, 3 runs, 3 hits. He walked, none struck out, 1, and of course the home run given up to Rodriguez.
Well, you saw the Yankees doing what they did best. I mean, it all started with Posada with 11 pitch at bats, pretty good pitch. And then Granderson worked the count to 2-0 in his favor, got a good pitch to hit, singled in the left, and then you just didn't make your pitch. That's what happens. I mean, that's Alex Rodriguez does hit 608 home runs on good pitches. You know, he hits probably more good pitches than other hitters, but you make a mistake to him, you'll pay. It's just the way it is.
The Yankees now have 10 hits in the ball game, 4 runs on 10 hits, and lead 4-3. Marcus Timms has come on as the designated hitter, pinch hitter here. It's the first time he's been up in the ball game, and Timms will foul that one off. 2 down. Home run came with 2 down here in the 9th inning. .299 on the year, 11 homers, 31 RBIs for Timms. A-Rod a 2-homer night. He doesn't get paid the big bucks for nothing.
Yeah, now 4 home runs in the month of September.
Timms chases one way outside. Gonzalez gets the strikeout, but 3 runs in on 4 hits with a base runner left on. Now it's the Orioles. PA Jones and Bleeders, bottom of the 9th.
A contribution, because sooner or later you got to figure out, you come in so many times and you say, oh, we just pitcher's on top of his game and we got beat. Well, guess what? You got to figure out how to beat those guys too. You got to figure out a way to beat, and it starts with you pitching well enough to make the game close. And you're not going to beat a Sabathia or some of those guys unless you get a well-pitched game from your standpoint. Very seldom they're going to go out there and cough it up.
Well, life is not fair for Kevin Millwood, who did pitch just that well, giving up just one run on 5 hits over 7 of Koji O'Hara, unable to get the big out. And now Orioles will have to try and battle back against, of course, Mariano Rivera.
40-year-old right-hander with a lot of saves, 556, 30 out of 33 this year. And you can see, a little bit like Koji. Again, obviously a lot more history. He's not going to walk. He only 11 walks in 50-plus innings. So he comes on. Orioles, again, only trailing by 1.
Well, Rivera will work 2. PA, Jones, and Waiters due up in the inning. For Mariano Rivera this year against the Orioles, he has 3 saves. He's appeared in 4 games, working the 4 innings. Has given up no runs on 1 hit with 4 strikeouts and 2 walks against the Orioles this season.
30 saves or more, 13 seasons. Of course, if you're going to get to 556, you got to do that. And again, he pretty much throws the cut fastball. That's a pitch that from a righty will go into a lefty and away from the right-handers. And came up with a 2-seam fastball that he turns over a little bit, so it gives him, over the last couple of years, a little bit different look. But pretty much, you know what you're going to get. Can you hit it?
David Robertson is now the pitcher of record for the Yankees. A chance to go 4-4. Koji O'Hara, of course, the pitcher of record for the Orioles. And here is Felix PA. And Mariano Rivera's pitch is going to be foul back. PA 0 for 1 off the Yankee closer as the Orioles try and make a comeback of their own in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Yankees are bidding for their 46th major league leading come from behind win. 0-1 count on PA. And Felix fights that pitch off. PA has had a single, a couple of strikeouts in the ballgame. The Orioles, when they've had a lead after 8 innings, are 46-7.
Which is really not good.
No, it isn't. Usually 4 or 5 losses a year.
That's not real good. Yeah, it really is a lot. And of course, that's the difference between the good clubs and the bad clubs. And the closer you get to being a good club, that number comes down. It still may only be 2 or 3 times, and that's all you need.
PA with a 2-strike count on him. Rivera, comebacker. 1 down.
Well, Joe Torre, when he managed the Yankees, used to always say, basically, hey, you know what? I got 5 or 6 starters and a guy that saves 90% of the games. Joe Girardi certainly can say the same thing.
I mean, this is a very big ball game. All of them are the rest of the way when you only got 15 left.
And the Angels are ahead of
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay by a run down in Tampa Bay. Red Sox are trailing 11-7.
Yankees a half game out. They win. Tampa Bay loses. They'll be half game ahead. 1 down. Here's Adam Jones. Rivera's pitch in there for a strike. Adam in the 4th inning. 1 down. That is 19.
And gets a bullet to right center field. That ties his career high last year.
He is 1 for 7. Lifetime off Rivera. And takes the slider outside. 1 ball, 1 strike count.
Yeah, the first pitch was 89, and then this increasing. And that went up to 92. Mariano he had no problem getting the Phillies out throwing 89 because he had some rib problems in the World Series because of the movement on that cut fastball.
I always think still one of the great stories in baseball is that Mariano Rivera in his first year in the big leagues, Mel Stottlemyre, the pitching coach, they worked the entire year trying to figure out how not to throw the cutter because they thought he would not be able to control it and get outs with it because it wouldn't be in the strike zone. And then finally gave up, and lo and behold, it became the pitch. In the air to right field. Going back. Golson in the corner's not going to get it. It's a foul ball.
Yeah, that was 1996, and Mariano came through the minor leagues as a starting pitcher. He had a slider, and he was the setup man for John Wetland. And Wetland would go to, I think, Texas as a free agent, and Mariano in 1997 would be the guy. And he's maintained that into his 40th year.
Jorge Posada going out, one of the core 4. Posada, Rivera.
Yeah, we'll see one of the core guys every night at shortstop and Jeter, and then we'll see Pettit on Sunday.
A tremendous ball game. 2 ball, 2 strike count. The Orioles are down though here in the bottom of the 9th inning with 1 away. Jones with Wieters on deck. 2-2 delivery. Towering pop up. Jeter back. 2 down.
I don't know, we talk so much about movement when you pitch and how difficult it is to hit, and we're looking at Mariano Rivera. Velocity over the years he still really throws the ball well enough, obviously, to get you out, but it's dropped from 95, 96. About 3-4 miles per hour, but again, that movement, that ball just doesn't stay in one place, just keeps coming at you if you're left-handed.
After his 31st save, Mariano Rivera 2 down. Here's Matt Wieters. And Wieters will take it inside for a ball. Wieters 0 for 2 against Rivera. A tough night for Matt. He was 0 for 14 against A.J. Burnett. Didn't get a hit off him in the ball game. Ended up 0 for 3. Now he faces Rivera. Not much better there, understandably. A strike, 1-1. Wieters not sure about that. Will walk away.
Well, you've seen it all night because he's been catching those pitches. You know, the ball 2-3 inches off the outside corner. I guess the irony is the only one he didn't call tonight was the pitch before the home run. It was a ball, but it hadn't been a ball all night long. Next pitch, in the middle of the plate, or more in the middle of the plate. Rodriguez hits a 3-run shot.
And the count goes to 1-2. One ball, 2-strike count on Wieters, 2 down, 9th inning. And Matt got jammed. Jeter's going to have to hurry it over, and got him. And the Yankees put this one in the book, and a very tough loss. A 1-2-3 inning for Rivera. Robinson, the winner, is 4-4. Gujarihara will take the loss in a blown save and a 4-3 Yankee win.